So what did you do? We have gone for equal to some product. I told you this is an array formula. Taking the first array, this is my first array, isn't it? Right, comma, going to again the second array, this one, enter. We got the result. All right, so I believe everybody is able to do that perfectly. That's fine. Now we'll go for our question number 2 is vendor evaluation. This is a really beautiful example. I have kept it, so it will be helpful while going for our template designing or any kind of dashboard you are working with. This is going to help you. So let's stay focused first on my storyline, then we'll go for the calculations. Okay, so here we have a prices column. You can see all the values inputs are there. Okay, now in any industry or organization wherever we are working with, in our purchase department we have our standard operating procedure. And what purchase department says or system says that whenever you want to purchase any product, do not rely with a single source of supply, and if you do so, then you are running your business with high risk. That's why any purchase system says that you should go for minimum of 3 competitive quotes, and that should be named as technically L1, L2, L3. Do you agree with me? Whichever the purchase system you follow, we go for L1, L2, L3. Right. Now, if that system is not there, then you must bring that in place. Well, that we are clear. Now, the question is, in this prices column, if I'm thinking about, or if I ask you, please find out L1 price, what would be my L1 price? Just manually check and let me know. What would be my L1 price? Anybody?
87.
87. Very good. L2?
99.2.
99.2. Very good. L3?
103.2.
103.2. Very good. So since we have got maximum 7 to 8 items over here, we're able to successfully find out L1, L2, L3. Now take a real-time situation. When you open the file, there are 1,000 entries like this, 1,000 entries like this. And if I ask you to do the same job of finding L1, L2, L3, what we do in that case? How would you find L1, L2, L3? We go for sorting of our data. Do you agree? We go and sort our data in smallest to largest order, and whatever the 3 line items comes in the top, that we classify as our L1, L2, L3, and we drop a mail to our superior stating that, sir, we have done the ground level of workings, and this is what we have found out our L1, L2, L3 supply rates. And our boss also, without having a second thought, immediately he gives us a green signal. Please go ahead and start procuring the materials. Well, everything goes fine. I'm not denying anything over here, or I'm not saying anything wrong we are committing over here. Now, the question is, let us analyze the whole situation. In this entire situation, where is the value addition, the work? Because arranging the data in smallest to largest order, one of my teammates also could have done, or I could have assigned this task to my office boy even, because this is what the minimum task, and anybody's job, anybody can do that. Now, why, being a professional like this, being a skilled person like me, I am spending my quality time for doing a task which is non-productive in nature? Now you must be thinking by hearing my story that, Prabhas, what you're saying is absolutely fine, but we have never realized, we have never thought about that point. Well, that's good, since we have never thought, but today we have to think about it. Now you can ask me a question in return. Well, that's fine what you're saying, but my boss has never objected. Whatever I'm doing, he was quite happy with that. Why he has never objected then? Because he has also got the mindset. The task, whatever you are doing, this is the existing practice been followed since ages in any industry you talk about. And that's why boss is also never objecting, because he has the belief you are also following the right track. It is not necessary that whatever the existing practice you have, that should be the best option. So what is the bottom line from the entire discussion is, whenever you believe there is a process improvement can be done, which can save my cost, or which can save my FTE, which can save my incurring of expenses or anything, you must go for that. because unless and until you give a try, how other people will realize? So always think out of the box approach, follow and do something better in your workplace. So now the question is, the task, whatever we are doing in a non-productive or non-mechanical approach we are following, what is the improvement we can bring it our place? That I'm going to take you through. No need to do anything. Just understand the concept, what I am trying to make some improvement on this. All right. See, whenever you go for this kind of vendor evaluation, my friends, you should not maintain many more Excel files. People don't like also. Just maintain only one file and maximum two sheets. So one sheet is about my day book. Day book is my property, our property, you can say, if you are working together. And what would be the data in my day book? In day book, we should have the entire details of the vendor, like name of the vendor. Is he a retailer, manufacturer, trader, service provider? What exactly? What is the status? Is he registered or unregistered? What is the price, inclusive of freight or exclusive of freight? How many days of credit he is going to provide us? What is his PAN number? What is his contact number? What is his email ID? What is his address? Entire details, whatever the maximum information you can capture, you must capture in this sheet. This is our property. Now, the moment we are going to present our data to our superior, XYZ, there should be a sheet called summary. And summary name itself quite sufficient. You know, you should not have many more data in this sheet, maximum 4 to 5 columns. And over here, you should have, okay. And how many row items? 7 to 8 or 10 items maximum, because much more data if you have, people don't like to see again. That is one trouble. So this is the maximum content you should have. And in this sheet, what are the contents you should maintain for your superior? See, first of all, there should be a cell having the list of the products. What is that? The list of the products. So when I go for the list of the products, my boss should have the privilege having a drop down, for him. So this drop down will be showing the list of the products. For the sample case, I'm taking product one, PR1. PR1 means product one, PR2, PR3, PR4, and PR5. For the timing, I'm taking 5 samples. The moment I click OK, the drop down will be ready for him, and he will be having a privilege only from clicking the drop down. And when my boss selects a particular product over here, okay, now with immediate effect, there should be 3 cells over here. What are those 3 cells? Naming our L1, L2, L3. And once you have this, there should be a column naming called price. And in this price column, with immediate effect, what is going to happen? The price is supposed to appear. And where this price is going to come from? From the day book. And how it is going to come over here? By using certain formula or function. So this is what, once the price is achieved with immediate effect over here, we should have a column naming called vendor name. Who is that vendor? Who has given that rate? So when you have that name also immediate populated, then this is called a improvement in the report. This is called your dashboard. This is called your summary report. And trust me, when you present your data in this format, the other end, whoever the person is there, he is going to retain this file for his whole life to set an example for others, because you are going to make the actions more easy. And tomorrow, when your boss is going to just check the drop down for any other product, the entire information is in place. You don't need to touch anything in this sheet. And if at all any new vendor comes to picture to offer his service, only thing is you have to keep upgrading the records. That's it. So don't you think this kind of improvements can be done? What say? What's your opinion from the entire story, what I've explained?
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. So it's not only just for demonstration. I told my friend, this is what we are going to learn, but by phase, not entire thing at once. So right now, our focus is how to bring this price. This is what, instead of doing the sorting activity or copying and pasting it separately, we want to make it dynamic. So how to make our things dynamic with regard to the prices column? That is what our focus. So understanding the objective, let's come back to our data. There is a bottom three column we have. You can see. Now in this place, we are going to get the same L1, L2, L3. But how? I'll take you through. See, first, here we are going to change in our approach. So what is the change in the approach, Pravas, you mean to? I'll tell you. Mostly what it happens, friends, when we happen to create a formula, we go to a cell and we create the formula, and then we go and drag it down to the bottom like this over here. This is the practice we do have. So that is what we are going to stop. So what I am trying to say over here is, when you know I need to create the solution for bottom three, so I need to select the entire bottom three cells. I selected. Now immediately I go for a formula naming over here called small. First 1 minute, please watch what I'm doing. Understand. Next 1 minute you can try. See, I have taken three cells. I have selected immediately. I have gone for equal to small. Then what it demands me? It demands me array. Where is my array? In the left. So when I go for my array over here with immediate effect, my entire price column is selected. And we know one thing. When I copy this formula towards down, this array, the dotted line array, should not move down. So for that, we need to lock this. And how to lock this? By hitting F4. So F4 is the key, will be helping me to lock the column and rows in a cell. And this is not going to move further, neither towards down nor towards right, comma. What is the next one? It is asking K. What is the meaning by K? K is nothing but the ranking. So what is the meaning by rank? L1, L2, L3. What is the rank for L1? The question itself answer is there. L1 rank should be 1. L2 rank should be 2. L3 rank should be 3. So basically, K purpose, we need 1, 2, and 3. But we cannot define all these three values together over here. And neither we can go to each and every cell and edit the K value. So what we have done, towards my right side, you can see in the column G, we have got 1, 2, 3 already ready-made available. So we'll be taking that cell column help. So G12 is nothing but the next column, which is having the cell value of 1. So that one will become my K value for small formula. Now bracket close, formula is ready only for a cell, but I need to apply for the rest. So traditionally what we do, we go for hitting enter to complete the formula. But today we are going to hit control with enter. So when I hit control enter, you will be finding the formula is being applied for the entire three cells, whatever we had selected. So this is what the beauty, and this is the way we are supposed to write our formula over there in Excel, and that's called our small. So let's go for this. Just give it a try. Any doubt, any queries, do let me know.
So after array, it is you have to put lock F4.
Yeah, F4 on the keyboard.
Just F4.
Yes, F4. The moment you press F4, immediately it will be locking the cell. If it is not locking and it is just reducing your brightness or any other multimedia functions are happening, you have to use function with F4.
Understood. And then you have to select G12.
Yeah.
And then what we have to do?
Bracket close, control enter.
It is just showing 87.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. You should have selected the moment you go for this formula. I told you, you should have selected the entire three cells like this.
Oh, yeah.
And then design the formula. Don't go and click the only one cell, design the formula like small, then taking the array over here, then locking the same, taking G12, then bracket close, control enter. Well, so Nishi and Binod, they have done. How about the others? Anybody is facing any challenge? Feel free to let me know so that I can make your job easy. Don't skip these things because these small things is very essential in saving your time.
Prabhas, you have to help me. I'm not able to do it.
Okay, could you please share your screen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I have to select screen, right?
Yeah, you have to select screen.
Is it visible?
Right. Yeah, you just delete that, what you have created. Please delete that. Yeah, select all the 3 cells. Right. Now leave the mouse, leave the touchpad. Yeah. Equal to, immediately type equal to. Take the small formula. Yeah. Bracket open. Bracket open. Yeah. Then take the array from the left. Right. Now F4. Yeah. Comma. Use the right arrow key. Use the right arrow key from the keyboard. Right arrow key from the keyboard. Your top, bottom, left, right arrow keys are there in the keyboard.
Yeah, right.
Use the right arrow key. So you will be moving right. Now bracket close and control enter. Bracket close and control enter. All right. So here the problem is.
But it is coming 87.
Right. Let us have a look. So G12, it is going to small formula. Okay. Okay.
Prabhas, sorry to interrupt because he is given one for each.
Right.
Refer the G column.
Right. That
He has
is
made lowest everything.
right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you please change that Avinash accordingly. 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Second one is 2, third one 3. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Welcome. Okay. Fine. So I believe everybody is able to do that successfully. So I'm taking the control back on the screen. So now the small formula, how it works. And this formula is going to help you, as I told you, in terms of creating some reports, dashboards, summary reports, everything you can apply this. And the dollar symbol uses also, we have got a clarity on that. Coming to the next. Yeah. Right. Coming to the next, top 3. So like bottom 3, we have to find out top 3 cases. Well, so let's go on work together now. As I told you, first you select all these 3 cells. Now equal to. What will be the opposite of small? We know large. So when you go for the large formula, what it demands me? Again, the array. So I'll take this array. And as we know, this range. Okay, so yes, Sweta, I'll come back to you. Just give me a minute. Let me complete this large formula. Okay. So this range should not move down or move right. We have to lock it. And how to lock? By hitting F4, comma. Now, as usual, again, this is demanding key. Okay. Anybody is pressing about my audio? Is it not reaching or having any kind of crack in the voice?
Now, in between it went. Now it is fine.
Just give me a sec. Give me a sec. Let me see what is the status. Okay. So network strength is good. Yes, Shweta, now is it clear? Parag, how about you? Shweta and Parag, am I reaching to you? My audio is reachable to you? Okay, okay. Yes, Shweta, so could you please share your screen? Let me have a look. Where is the challenge you are facing? Shweta, can you hear me? Okay, so we have gone for application of our large formula over here, and this large formula will be again helping me while creating the dashboards or summary reports, and how to use that. Using of that, our F4 key we have understood. All right. So small and large formula we have applied successfully. Any doubt, any queries in both the formulas? Anybody? All right. So everybody's done. Good. Now, no need to do anything. Just look at my screen and let us analyze what we have done over here, what we have created over here. Let's discuss on that point. Okay. So now the question is, suppose say this is what our friend say Vinod has prepared, okay, and he has presented to his boss, whoever XYZ, and his boss is watching the data and he believed why this Vinod has created all this 1, 2, 3. He felt this is unnecessary and he deleted. What happens? The entire formula is in trouble. Can you see that? So this is what the reason why the formula, whatever we have designed, though our experts, they do suggest us to do the job like this, but Excel never recommends for that. Neither I do advise for the same. All right. So in this case, now the question arises, how to get these top 3 values or bottom 3 values over here without taking any external column help. So basically in one line, we have to make our formula efficient enough in such a way, it will generate those 1, 2, 3 subject, whatever the K value purpose ranking automatically in the formula. So that is called normally a nested formula. So how this nested formula is going to work, let me take you through. So no need to do anything. First 1 minute, please watch my screen. So first I'm calculating the top 3. See, is equal to, I have taken large. Okay. I have taken large over here. I'm taking this array, that's fine. F4, we know the reason why we are locking the same, comma. Then what we are going to do, we need K, and we know K purpose, we need 1, 2, and 3. So how to generate the same? What we can do is, we can go for another formula in our Excel naming called row. ROW, open parenthesis, close parenthesis. And what is the basic job of this formula? Whichever the row you are working with, that row number will be defined as a output. So row formula will be leaving me the row number as the answer. So which row we are operating, you can see I'm highlighting, we are in row number 12. So my row formula will be giving me the answer of 12. See, I'm just showing that also. Is it showing 12? Yes, very well. Now we know one thing. For our K purpose, we need the answer as 1, but whereas row formula is giving me 12. So basic mathematics, what we can do, instead of 12, if I want 1, we can go for simply subtracting the same with 11, deducting the same with 11, simple logic, simple mathematics. Now bracket close, formula is ready only for a cell, but we need to apply for rest. What is the shortcut? Control Enter, and we got the data ready. See, without using the helper column, even we can successfully create our answer. So that's the beauty of our large with row combination. So please give it a try. Yeah.
Prabhas, can you just repeat once, please?
Sure. See, first, the moment we have gone for the basic small and large formula, is that clear?
Yes, yes.
Right. Now, what was the drawback? This 1, 2, 3 was an external column and it was occupying the unnecessary space and it was creating a lot of confusion. So if in case anybody deletes the same, my formula is in trouble. But we need those 1, 2, 3. So what we need to do over here, we have gone for a formula called row. So when I go for row formula, I told you row formula generates the row number as the answer. Correct? So which row we are in? We are in row number 12. We are in row number 12. Correct?
Yeah.
So row formula is giving me 12. Can you see that?
Automatically you have to enter something, or you have put 12 now?
No. I just hit the enter button. This is the output.
Okay.
Behind that formula is this. This is the output when I hit enter. And now what I am expecting? I am expecting 1, correct? Here it was, earlier it was 1, correct?
Correct.
So we have to go for minus 11. Since I'm in 12, I have to go for minus 11. So I got 1. Now when I go and drag it down, is it generating 1, 2, 3 for me?
Yeah.
So this is what we did inside the formula, nothing else. So whatever we do earlier, in this case, taking the external column help, this formula is generating or doing the job for me.
Okay.
Right. So give it a try, people. Any difficulties, to let me know. Well, Shweta, no audio. Okay. So if you check your internet connectivity.
So Prabhas, I was wondering, we can also hide that particular column, right?
See, even though you hide, that will be the property of the existing worksheet, right?
Yes.
Looking by F and column H, if you hide this, definitely your boss will be asking the question. At least he can recognize the column is hidden. Why it is hidden? He will be asking. Correct. And second thing is, when you are designing a template, you should not hide any column in the templates and all. Am I right?
Okay.
Right. And because of that external column, this is also occupying some space of my file, which is really unwanted. Yes, Parag, definitely I'll repeat. So see, I will select this, all these 3 cells equal to, I'll go for my large formula. Okay. I will take this array. That's fine. I will lock it. And the moment I go for this over here, row formula, it will be helping me to bring the row number as the answer. But row, which row we are operating? We are operating with row number 12. So my formula will be giving the answer as 12. But I'm looking for 1. So minus 11 we have to do, so that I'll be getting automatically 1 over there. So once we go for control enter, my formula will be ready. Yes, Vaibhav, that's right, absolutely. So these things, as I told you, friends, you have to practice a lot. Concept, I can make it clear, but that concept you have to implement at your workplace. For that reason, practice is essential. Hope this is clear.
Yes.
Right. Now, yes, Sweta, now can you hear me properly? Could you please unmute and speak? Okay, great. Fine then. So now we are going to discuss the next example is about basic rounding of our data. So why we need to learn about something about rounding of the data? Because decimals are always killing. While working in Excel, decimals are annoying. People don't like watching the decimals unless and until they need this. Well, so we have a prices column. You can see over here. Okay, not done. What, Parag, where is the challenge you are facing? Could you please let me know? Parag, can you hear me? Error. Okay, could you please share your screen? Yeah, please share your screen. Let me see. All right. So first of all, escape. Go for escape. Escape. What you did. Let me have a look. Where is the mistake? Yes. Now open the formula. F2. No, don't click. Don't click. Go for F. Function F2 for your keyboard. Function F2. No, not Alt. Not Alt. Function with F2. Select all these three cells. Select top three. Entire top three cells. Function with F2. Fn key with F2. Yeah, so you can notice you have made your array locking. Okay, remove I12, what you have created, I12, remove that. Yes, there you have to apply the row formula. Go for row, ROW, open bracket and close bracket. Yeah, close bracket. Then minus 11. Why minus 11? Since we are working with row number 12. Minus 11. Bracket close, control enter. Bracket close, control enter. Yes. Similarly, you can go for bottom three also, try with the same small with your row formula. Yeah. Delete everything. No, not this entire six things we are looking for right now. Okay. If you want, you can go for small, small. Yeah. Equal to small. Bracket open, taking the array, locking the same, comma. Again, row formula, ROW, bracket open, bracket close, comma, sorry, minus 11. Since we are in working row number 12, bracket close, control enter. Bracket close, control enter. Right. Okay, so I'm taking the control back on the screen. Right. So this is what we did for large with row. So small with row also you can do and do the check. So we'll be taking equal to small. For immediate practice, you can do that, or later also you can do that, up to you, not an issue. All right. Now, we are going to deal with the basic rounding of our data. So here, the moment you go for rounding off, decimals to round off, what we do basically, 103.2 is there. My boss is asking me, Prabhas, you please round up the price over here to the nearest one unit. So this is what he's expecting. I should maintain this data as my source data, but the output should be rounded off. There should not be any post decimal, any character. My boss is expecting that. So what we do in that case, we go for 103.2. If it is, we define as 103. If it is 111.5, we go for 112. This is the standard logic we apply. And how do we take the logical calculation? Like if the post decimal character is 5 or more than 5, we go for rounding up to the next digit. If it is less than 5, we go for rounding down to the next digit. So this is how we take a call. All right. The same thing when you do it in Excel, we have a very beautiful formula naming called M round. What is that? M round. M stands for multiple. Now what it is demanding me? Number. I take the number. That's fine. Now what it is asking me? Multiple. Multiple has a different meaning. We are not going to multiply with any value. So multiple has a meaning over here. If 103.2 is there, when you round off, it can be either 104 or 103. So this is the only two value it going to come, either of this. That should depend upon post decimal character. Yes. Now for 103.2, 104 is the upper limit. 103 is the lower limit. Now in this two, What is the difference between the upper limit and lower limit? What is the difference? 104 minus 103. How many unit difference is of 1 unit? That's why multiple we have to go for 1. So what is the meaning by multiple? Whatever the value is going to come, either 1 unit up or 1 unit down. Now bracket close, formula is ready only for a cell, but we need to apply for the rest. Control enter, and we got the data. So this is how, whenever you again go for working with template, this kind of formula, you keep it ready. And whenever the user try to fill some data in terms of decimals, you will be getting automatically data rounded off to the next digit. So please give it a try. Any difficulties, do let me know.
Prabhas, I have a question
Yeah.
if I'm audible.
Yeah, I
I'm
can
not
hear.
getting the data for the whole row after pressing Control Enter.
Have you selected?
I missed
Have you selected before creating the formula? Did you select the entire array?
for the prices column
Yep. You should select the entire array like this. Then
and
remove.
then press Control Enter.
No.
In-
First, see, I'm doing it again. You can cross check. See,
Okay.
first you have to select the array where you have to design your solution. Leave your mouse, leave your touchpad equal to m round. Taking the value, comma, multiple is 1. Then finally, once you complete one formula, instead of enter, go for control enter.
Okay, understood. Thank you for
Right,
that.
right.
Even for that small formula and large also, you selected the whole column.
Absolutely. The entire 3
Okay.
cells.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. So M round, I believe all of you are clear with M round formula. M stands for multiple.
Prabhas, I'm getting some error. Can you just explain one more time, please?
Yeah, what is the error you are getting?
1 second.
Yeah.
It's showing as value.
Okay. What's the formula? Formula, can you read the formula?
I have put equal to M round bracket E22 is to E27 comma 1.
That is what you cannot take a range. You have to give the implementation one by one cell, right? So you should take only the cell number first one. See, though I have taken equal to this cell when I have to go for it. So if I go for M round, I have to go for only the first cell, not the range, because I cannot round up the entire range over here.
Correct.
Yeah. So taking that, then comma 1, bracket close, control enter.
1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happening.
Right.
Thanks.
So this is how people, we have understood that how to make use of over here M round formula and make our job done. Next thing I would like to taking you through again over here. There is a next requirement my boss is saying over here.
Prabhas, I have one more question. Sorry to interrupt again.
No problem.
Actually, I missed that part when you were teaching that small and large. What was the purpose of using that row? What is the purpose of using it over there?
See, the additional column, whatever 1, 2, 3 was there, that was really not required. Though our experts, they will suggest you to bring this L1, L2, L3 ranking purpose. See, K is the rank. The moment you go for the formula equal to small or large, what was happening? There was a demand of K, right? So taking the array, if I go for it, there was a demand of K. So K purpose, nothing but this is the ranking. So ranking purpose, we need 1, 2, 1, 3, L1, L2, L3. So 1, 2, 3 is the rank for that, correct? So for that, earlier we had a column called G column where 1, 2, 3 was predefined.
Yeah, correct.
But that was going to occupy some space in my file, and that is not recommended by Excel. but we need
Yeah.
those 1, 2, 3.
Correct.
And
Okay.
that is going to be generated through my row formula. So when I go for row minus 11, since I'm operating in row number 12, minus 11, it is going to give me 1.
Yes, understood the
Right,
concept. Yes.
right. That's why we are taking that formula of row. So making the nested formula, making the things dynamic, and things will be in place.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, coming to the next over here is, right. Our requirement, next requirement is the prices column. We have the same prices column, but my boss is expecting that Prabhas prices to be rounded up to the nearest 5 unit. Stay focused first. What is asking? There should be a column and the prices column data should be rounded up to the nearest 5 units. So if it is 103.2, what should be the answer in this column? Anybody? $103.2, if it is there, what will be the answer for this?
100.
100. Okay. Anybody else is having any other answer? Okay. So let us first understand the logic, what it is asking. See, no need to do anything. Just look at my screen. Suppose I have made a scaling or skip count of 5, say 0, 5, 10, okay, 15, 20, something like that. If this kind of skip count of 5 is there, then 103.2 is going to fall in which interval? Is it going to fall in between 100 and 105? Do you agree? Is it going to fall?
Yes.
So in this case, 103.2 purpose, if you look at which is the closest one, whether 100 is the closest one or 105 is the closest one, or which is the nearest one?
105.
So definitely that should be the answer. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is what my boss is also expecting from me. So in that case, if I go for it again, what I can do, going to in-round formula, taking the number from prices column. Yes, I told you multiple. What is the meaning? The difference between the upper unit and lower unit. So for 103.2, 105 is the upper unit, 100 is the lower unit. Now, what is the difference between these two units? Is of 5 units, correct?
5.
So I should take 5 over here. Now bracket close, formula is ready only for a cell. As we know, need to apply for rest, control enter, we got the data. So this is how, whenever there is a need, if you want to go for multiple of 5, multiple of 10, or you want to round off your data while generating or creating any kind of templates, say purchase order, work order, sales order, or invoice template, or cost sheet template, anything, you can keep all this formula ready. And whenever people furnish the data, my data will be always in rounded off format. So this is what your M round. So please give it a try and let me know any difficulties if you have.
Prabhas, for
Yeah.
control enter, after the formula is closed, then you have to do it, right?
Yes.
Say here after 5, when you close the bracket, control enter, right?
Absolutely.
Prabhas, why you are not using F4 here after selecting the exact cell? Because range is not there.
It's not about range only, but when I go down, I want my formula should move from E22 to E23, E23 to E24. Automatically it should move, right? All the time I'm not looking for only E22 value. That's why I'm keeping it open. See, If you're not clear with the concept, you could have asked me then and there why I'm using F4. Am I right?
Yeah, I understood why, because we were selecting the whole cells, lot of cells we selected in array.
No,
Here we are selecting only
no,
one
no,
cell in the
no,
array.
no. That's not the concept. See, you should be clear with that. You should have asked me. Anyway, since you have not asked, I could sense. But anyway, let me help you out. First, please try to understand. Take an example. I'm creating one example for you. So those who are not clear also, you can stay focused, people. This is very, very essential in our Excel formulas, functions, templates, whatever we are working with. Say, take an example. I have got two columns. Okay. So one column I have got over here, say every place over here, say 10. Okay. Now on the second column, suppose say I have got some data, say RAND, BD. So I'm taking some values, random values over here. Now, in these two columns, if you see, there are certain values are there, no doubt. Now, in the third column, I want you to get a product of these two values, product. I mean, you should multiply and bring me the values. So what do you do in that case? Yes,
We use the formula sum product.
not some product. We'll go for equal to this, multiply this, and then I get the data, correct? And the same, I can go and drag it like this. Or do you keep creating the formula in each and every cell? What do you do? We go and drag it. Do you agree?
Yes.
Why you do that? And how it is appearing? The moment you go for drag it, how exactly it is taking 10 with 6, like exactly how it is going down, because this is the default nature of Excel. Do you agree with me? So when I
Yes.
copy this formula, when I drag it, automatically my cell starts moving down. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Right. Now let's focus on something. In column 1, if you see all the places, value is 10, right? So instead of retaining the identical value for number of times, can I just hold a cell of 10? Rest of things I can delete because unnecessary it is occupying more space of my file, correct? So if I remove that, now how my formula would be? Because now my formula is in trouble since this data is removed. Now, how my formula is supposed to be? That in the first column, all the places, the value should refer to 10. But in the second column, the value should identically move down one by one cell, correct? So one column, data is sticking to only one cell, that is called cell constant. But the other column, my data should move one by one cell down. So in that case, what we can do is equal to taking this cell. This cell should not move down. So lock it. Understood?
Understood. Yeah,
Right.
understood.
Now multiply. Second column, I should not lock. Why I should not lock? Because I have got the data towards down. So my cell naturally default should move down. Correct? So I'll keep it open. Control Enter. Done. Even though I have the data only in one cell, but still I could populate my formula. So when I go down, all the places, only second column is moving, but first column is remaining constant. Can you see that? So hope the concept is clear why we are using F4 and where to use F4, where to keep the cell open, correct? You, Sweta? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Right, right. Well, Parag is dropping some line, can do some if difference for, yeah, Parag, that's exactly the logic. Multiple of 5, multiple of 10, all those things you can do same M round, but instead of 5, you have to go for 10, not an issue. All right. Now we'll go for our next example, people, is we have a prices column. You can see where the value is of mixed nature, mixed type. So what is the mixed type nature? Like we have got positive, we have got negative also. Mix over here. My boss is not happy watching the data like this. So what he's expecting, he's saying, Prabhas, do me a favor, let the data be source data like this only, keep it with you. But in the next column, I want you to bring all the data where it is positive. So only positive values alone to be extracted in the next column. That is what my boss has given the instruction. So now the question is, how do you know by looking at the data, how do you identify the data is negative? Simple thing. If it is in brackets or if it is starting with a hyphen or dash symbol, this is a negative. Do you agree with me? This is how we take a call. If any
Yes.
value starts with your dash or hyphen or it is within the brackets, it is negative. If none of them is available, this is positive. This is a quite close call. Right. Now, coming to the over here, if I ask you logically, please decide whether the value is positive or negative. What we do, we go to each and every cell and check if it is more than 0, positive. If it is less than 0, negative. So that is called logical calculation. And the same thing, when you happen to do this in Excel, how will you do that? That is the question. So please stay focused for a minute. Is equal to if, we'll be taking the logical formula called if. What it demands me? The logical test. Logical test purpose, we need to depend on a cell. So the cell from the left, which is carrying the value. What kind of test we need to do? Is it more than 0? So greater than symbol is there already in our keyboard. More than 0 makes the expression. That makes my logical test. Comma. What is the next one? Value if true. Formula is demanding the test whatever you are doing. If it is true, that is the meaning called the tested value is more than 0. So in the next column, which value should appear? The value which you are testing. Yes, in case of more than 0, comma. Value if false. What is the meaning by value if false? Because while you are doing the test, Excel doesn't know whether the value is more than 0 or less than 0. If it is more than 0, treatment is given. If it is less than 0, then that is negative. And we do not want that negative value to be expressed in the next column. But there should be some treatment in the next column. What is the treatment? Like 0, hyphen,
0.
nil, not available, anything. Whatever you want, that you must define within 2 double inverted quotes. What if I want to retain the cell as blank? I don't want to define any text. I want to retain that cell as blank cell. Then 2 immediate double inverted quotes. This is the place people commits a mistake. They define 2 double inverted comma, but define a space in between that. And that is really killing because space, though it is not visible, but it is counted as a character by Excel. So you have to be very clear with that. Now bracket close, formula is ready only for a cell, but we need to apply for the rest. Control enter, we got the data. So this is how, whenever there is a need, a simple if formula, how it is doing the job, a logical calculation for us, we have understood. So please give it a try. Any
There
difficulties?
was one more time.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but
Yeah.
one more time.
Yeah, no problem. See, basically the test, whatever we do manually, we have to do it in Excel. And wherever it is positive, that value should be reflected in the next column. And for that, we have to use a logical formula of Excel called if. And what it demands me? Logical test. So logical test, what we need to do, where to do in each and every cell. So we'll start from the first cell. Yes. Is it more than 0? This is the test we have to do. And when you do the test, either test result will be yes or test result will be no. So that is what it is demanding. Value if true. So if this value is more than 0, then it is positive. So in the next column, it should appear. So value if true, what do you want? Value if true, I need the same value. Comma. Value if false, what does it mean? If it is not more than 0, then definitely it is less than 0. So if it is less than 0, it is negative. And if it is negative, then that value should not appear in my next column. But in the next column, there should be some treatment. So if formula is already demanding me, if the value is not true, what you're expecting. So if you're expecting NA, dash, not available, not applicable, anything you want to write, then you must write within 2 double inverted comma, like not available, like this. You can write within 2 double inverted quotes. But I don't want to write anything. I just want to retain that cell as blank. Nothing. I don't want anything over there. I want to retain that cell as blank. Then we must go for 2 immediate double inverted quotes. No space, nothing. only two immediate double inverted quotes. So that's a self-implied message. It's a blank cell. Now bracket close, control enter. You got your data ready.
Right.
Yeah. So I believe everybody is getting that. If you have done with that, please drop me a message. Deeper done, wiper yes, otherwise. All right. Now let us analyze what we have done. Now, are you happy with the solution? Just being a user, I would like to take your opinion, people. Are you happy with the solution? Of course.
Solution in terms of experience of how we are doing.
No, the answer. Are you happy with the answer?
Acha. Yeah, sort of.
Of course, because whatever the requirement is fulfilled, the formula
Yes.
is absolutely correct and it is bringing me the result. So this is what we do all the time, and we make ourselves content with the solution or the answer. If you achieve whatever the approach it is, we don't mind doing the same because our focus is with only the answer. So this is the place where I would like to make you a little bit pause on this, and you need to analyze why and what is to be analyzed. I will tell you one thing over here, my friends. In Excel, there are various ways to do a job. Somebody is interested in going for a formula. Somebody would like to go for a quick keyboard shortcut. Somebody would like to go for a mouse uses for the same, or somebody would like to go for the menu ribbon options and get the things executed. But we have to take a call, which is the finest approach. And how will you classify which is the finest approach? One, which is going to save my time. That is what the most essential thing while working in Excel. I should save my time. So now, if you consider all this situation, what I've told you, I do not recommend for this solution. This is what our experts, they will suggest you, but I don't recommend this. Why? Reason, you know that very well. The reason is, if you remember the moment we started the training program, I told you the first and foremost challenge working in our routine activities is file data management. Did you remember? 8 ways to reduce our Excel file size. I showed you something, correct?
Yes.
So why file size is heavy? You have never asked me over there the moment I explained that was what is the reason why file size is getting huge. There are various reasons, and one of the most important reason is the more the if formula in any Excel file size will be heavy. Remember, the more the if formula, file size will be heavy. And this is the reason why in this particular place, I do not recommend if formula. So the bottom line from the entire discussion is if formula should not be your first choice. It should be always your last choice. If at all any other solution is not there, in the worst case, use if formulas. And here, since I do not recommend this, then the question arises, how to make my formula crispy? How to use the minimum length of the formula, making my file size also less over there. I'll tell you, 1 minute, please focus. The moment you go for the alternative column, I have a formula in Excel called max. Everybody has, we know that very well. What it does, max formula, it finds out the maximum value in the range. Now, what it demands me, number one, I'll be taking the prices column, comma. What is the next one? Number two. So here, the moment we started logically comparing the data, whether the data is positive or negative, what is that value we compared with? If you remember, we compared with 0. Do you agree? Logical comparison, we made it with 0 and then we classified whether it is positive or negative. So this is the place where I am going to define 0, bracket close, simple. So what we are trying to do, we are giving a command to Excel between the value of prices column and 0, which is more, that should be the answer. So we are not discussing anything below 0 cases. Job is very simple, right? Bracket close, control enter. See how the formulas become so crispy. So this is how, my friends, you have to be alert while designing the formulas in Excel. Yeah, absolutely. So please give it a try and understand the concept. So this is how, wherever it is possible, while designing the formulas, try to replace the formulas. And definitely in the initial state itself, if you always be careful about it, your file size will not be heavy all the time. All right, so this is the answer about our business maths. This is the story of our business maths sheet people. So many formulas we have learned, some product, and we have gone for our small, large with row combination, M round, uses of the F4 key, and the formulas, max formula we have learned over here. Let's go for our next. It's called numbers challenge. Please go to the sheet, numbers challenge. So when you go for the numbers challenge sheet people, you will be finding the first data what we have with us is about start date and end date. Let me put it in a story format. Suppose say I started working with a project on 1st Feb 2019 and my job got over on 26 April 2020. My boss is asking me, Prabhas, why don't you let me know how many days exactly you worked on that project so that I can make a billing to the customer accordingly. Well, so basically my boss is expecting how many business days or working days I have spent on that project. I need to give the answer. So any point of time, if you happen to provide your answer in terms of business days, then you must go for a formula called network days. What is that? Network days. What it demands me? Start date, comma, end date. We do have, so two inputs we have provided inside the formula. Formula is ready, enter. So this is what the answer over here as network days. Now, the moment we go for network days over here, it gives me the answer 321. So whatever per day basis, whatever the consulting charges, billing we have to make, I can simply multiply and get the result. So give it a try. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask. Any questions from anybody?
Yeah, Prabhas, I have.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I
This,
also.
this formula only consists of business days instead of weekend.
Yeah, same question. If you want to remove or deduct, say, holidays or from festival days, then how will you be?
Yeah, for the time being, you rule out the holidays because holidays purpose, we should have the list of holidays, we can do that. The prime question I can take it to answer, obviously. You can ask me a question that, Prabhas, it is creating a confusion. What kind of confusion? In a week, we have got 7 days. Now, business days, if you talk about either 5 working days or 6 working days. But how will I know how many days it takes into consideration? Because nowhere in the formula it has been stated. So in that case, to answer that question, to avoid the confusion, make sure that it is clear from your this point itself. It is taking only Monday to Friday calculation. So it considers only 5 working days in a week, that too Monday to Friday, because this is globally accepted format. And the people who are working with overseas, or they're working with the foreign counterpart over there, they work only for 5 working days. Now, the second question, what it is arising in your case, love to answer that. See, when I answered 321, my boss is not happy when I explained all these things. And why he is not happy? He told me, Prabhas, no, this is wrong then. Because for that particular client to meet the deadline, we worked for 6 working days. And that too, we have never worked in that project in the public holidays like August 15, January 26, Pongal, Dashera, Diwali, or local any kind of holidays is there. That also we have never served. So please eliminate those things from this calculation. Yes, he's absolutely right. Now to answer meeting all these requirements, how to do that? Let's see the second question. See, we have got start date, we have got end date. Now, what is the question? Compute the business days or working days where Thursday is weekly off. So, for my case, out of 7 days, I am not working in Thursday. This is a simple logic, you take it. And based on that, these are the list of holidays where I have never served for my company. Now, having all these things in place, if you answer this question, then network days is not going to help me. We have to go for another formula naming called network days.intl. INTL stands for international. What it demands me? Start date is there, comma. What is the next one? End date, that also there, comma. Then it will be giving me a list of pop-up. And within that pop-up, I need to choose based on the question, which day I am not working. So I am not working in Thursday. So I need to select Thursday. So can you see when I go and select Thursday, it is giving me towards my right side, Thursday is a weekend day. And it is also giving a number to the same as 15. Can you see that? Is it visible?
Yes.
So only thing is we have to go and double click on Thursday so that the 15 formula number will be implemented in my formula box. So if I go for double click on Thursday, so with immediate effect, 15 will be added. Now it is asking me holidays. So holidays I have already ready-made. We have starting from D10. If you look at over here, this is there. So this is how you have to take. So what we have understood from this when I'm taking the holidays in this pattern, it is a pretty simple and mandate rule. You should maintain the list of holidays in Excel. Then only you can take this. You cannot take a consolidate number of 20, 25 or 30 number of holidays. You cannot do that. So formula is demanding the range. So you will have a list of range of holidays. Then only you can do it. Now bracket close, formula is ready. So we got the answer 381 over here. And this is what our network days international. This will be very, very helpful. Whenever you want to calculate someone's efficiency or productivity, you can go for this kind of formula. Or if you have, suppose say given any kind of equipments on rental basis, or if you're hiring some machineries in the rental basis, how many days exactly put to use, based on that you have to pay the charges. You can take this kind of calculations.
Prabhas, Avinash,
Yeah.
one doubt.
Yeah.
So uh, the pattern is say day, month, and year.
Mhm.
So whenever if the pattern is in a different shape, say the year come first or this thing, so will it take the same formula, or we have to change it into this pattern, the data?
See, pattern doesn't make any difference as long as it is in a proper date format. As long as it is a
Right.
proper date format, it will calculate properly. So what is the meaning by proper date format? Like if you say DD YY or YY, this is
Yes.
what mostly we
Yeah.
cover. Certain industries, they go for YY over here, then they go for then they go for DD. Could be the case also. But all are having the date in values only, in the proper date format only. But yes, format when you talk about it, DD So DD hyphen hyphen else DD/YY. So these are the two ideal separators can be taken in any date format. So this should be maintained all the time. Patterns doesn't make any difference. Pattern, let it be whatever. As long as it is in the proper date value, it is going to calculate.
Sure, thanks.
Yeah. So network days and network days international. Hope this is clear. Any doubt, any queries, any kind of confusion, if I just please make it clear from itself.
Yeah, Prabha, Shweta here. I have
Yeah.
done this. I got the data 381. But while selecting this holidays column, my formula is coming above that. So how to drag it down? I use shift and I drag down, but how you use the mouse pad to do that?
See, first of all, I do not recommend to use mouse. Okay. I always believe in keyboard shortcuts. The reason not like this knowledge. And why it is coming up because the space is not sufficient. So whenever you go for the formula, network days international, going to start date, comma, end date, comma, Excel operator, this is Tuesday, Thursday only, then comma, use the right arrow key because I am in column C right now. I need to move to column D. Use the right arrow key from the keyboard and then shift control down arrow key. Okay.
Okay, yeah, understood.
Yeah. Now, once we have done with this over there, next, let's go for the example. We have got some date of AMC people, you can see, asset description, month, all these things are there. Let me put it across in a story format. But what is the requirement? Let's see. Calculate the date of expiry of AMC agreements. Now, suppose say, I am the person who is taking care about all the annual maintenance contracts of my organization. Okay. And 11th December 2019, I have furnished one contract with one of my vendor. Yes, Parag, what's your question over here? You took Sunday, it comes 383, obviously. It will never be the same. No. It's not about that choosing Sunday. See, as I told you, as per the question, Thursday I'm not working, right? So I have to choose Thursday. Now, in your case, suppose say you are working with 6 working days, Monday to Saturday. Sunday is not working. You should choose Sunday. Now, suppose say I'm not working for Saturday and Sunday both. Then you should choose over here the options, whatever we have over there. What is the option? Saturday and Sunday, number 1. So these are the combinations we have to take. So which combination it is matching with your requirement, you have to take that. Answer will differ, definitely. Hope that clarifies what I'm saying. Okay. All right. So now we have got 11 December 2019. We furnished one contract with one of our vendor. And what is that contract? For HP printer, we need one AMC and the duration we fixed for 16 months. So now the question over here, when this contract is going to be expired, date of expiry, we need to find out so that we can take a call whether to renew the contract, to stop the service, to change the vendor, or if the asset is sold, we should terminate the service. But before that, we need to find out when the contract is going to be expired. And one thing we know very well, when there is a date related calculations to be done, we have to be pretty pinpoint accurate even for a single day of difference. All right. So manually check and let me know what would be my date of expiry. Anybody? Yeah. What would be the date of expiry? So Parag is saying 11/4/2020. Are you okay? So anybody can validate Parag's answer? Is he right? So Avinash is saying 11/6/2020. Two answers are coming up. Guys, anybody else? Shweta is saying 11/4/2020. Okay. Yes. Afrin, Namita, Vaibhav, Vinod, Nishi. What's your answer, guys? Manoranjan?
I cannot chat, but maybe it's 10/5/2021.
10/5/2021. Okay, one more answer is coming up. Okay, Janmaj is saying 11/4/2021. Okay. Guys, first of all, it should not be 2020. See,
24/2021.
it should be 2021, but there are so many answers, isn't it? So here, the question arises, what would be my right answer? See, now here itself, one particular case, we are so confused, so many answers are there. As I told you, we have to be pinpoint accurate. So in this situation, my friends, our experts, they will tell you to do a lot of things, but I'll tell you very precise way. No need to do anything. Just 1 minute, focus on my screen. You have to go for a formula called e-date. E stands for electronic date. Okay. What it demands me, start date, I do have, comma. What's the next one? Months. I do have months also. Bracket close. Simple. Formula is ready only for a cell, need to apply for rest. We know what is the shortcut to apply the formula for the entire range. Control enter and formula is ready. But the problem is you can notice this is landing up with the answer in general format. So how will I know? How do I identify this is in general? See, going to home, if you see, this is going to show me it's in general format. But what I'm expecting is a date. The answer should be a date format. So how to change any format to date format? I will tell you very simple way. At any point of time, if you want to change your date format or any format of cell to date format, Control, Shift, and 3. There is a hash key in the numerical 3 hash key. So Control, Shift, and 3 will be helping me to convert any format to date format. Just check it out. Pretty easy. So this is what the beauty of our Excel. So what is the formula? E-date. Okay. And what is the shortcut to convert any format to date format is Control Shift 3. So please give it a try. Very, very helpful, this formula. Whenever you are maintaining some trackers in Excel with regard to your agreements, claims, bank guarantees, or investment related documents, anything you are maintaining, this formula will be pretty helpful. Hope this is working. Any doubt, any queries? Okay, great. Now, The moment we have got our date of expiry ready, people, but that alone is not enough. The reason is mere finding the date of expiry alone is not enough for us. Who knows that 11th April 2021 is going to fall in a weekday or weekend? That also the risk is there. So we need to assess that. So the next objective is how to identify a day from a date. So for that, we have to go and use a formula called text. So text formula, what it demands me, the value, comma, value is nothing but my date of expiry, comma, format text. I told you recently 2 minutes back, what is the date format we do take? DDMMYY or MMDDYY, where D plays a role of day, M role plays a role of month, Y is representing my year. So this is predefined. DMY is predefined. But our requirement is lying only for day. So define 4 Ds within 2 double inverted quotes. Why 4 Ds? To get the complete string of the day, like Monday fully, Sunday, Wednesday, complete string, complete character. If I want, I need to go for 4 Ds. What if I define 3 Ds over there? Only first three character, Mon, Sun, Fry, Sat, like that will be coming up. Is it case sensitive? No, it is not case sensitive. You can write in caps on or drop caps also. Bracket close, formula is ready. Only for a cell, need to apply for rest. See, as we discussed or anticipating over here, the first case itself, it is falling in Sunday. So I need to renew the contract before 1 or 2 days, depending upon 5 or 6 working days in my organization. So this is what your text formula, please give it a try. And this is going to help you in extracting a day from a date. And this is very, very essential again, because in our routine activities, no report will be containing the day as a separate column. Maximum you will be having a date column. So you have to generate such columns, and this formula will be helpful over there.
Mr. Prabhas, I have one query.
Please.
Yeah, in this case, if suppose instead of month, I'm having a year, example 3 years or 2 years,
Very good.
how that I'll calculate from the date of start date and the expiry date?
Date, start date and expiry date. Start from start date, date of MC. After
Yes,
3 years. After 3 years.
Instead of month, I have only the years. How
Right.
to calculate?
Right. See, E date, I'll be taking the start date again. Now, suppose after 3 years, so I'll take 3, but Excel will consider this as a month. I will simply multiply by 12 because each year has 12 months maximum, correct? Simple logic.
Correct.
Yeah. So I'll be taking, and this is going to give me the result after 3 years.
So, or I can do in this way also, in shorter date into 365 days.
No.
If we suppose in
No.
1 year.
No, see 365 again, see 365 again multiplied by 3. Sometimes what will happen, you may face a trouble because if you have some leap years in place or something, then you'll be
Yes,
having a
exactly.
trouble. But here this will not be a trouble.
Okay, this will give the exact date.
Yeah, that is what we recommend all the time.
Fine, thank you.
Yeah. So
Prabhas, I have a question.
yeah,
What is the reason for using this D? Can you explain again?
yeah, that's what I told you. D represents my day. So if I do not use D, suppose if I go for 2 Ds, what is going to happen? It will be giving me date in terms of integer. If I go for adding one more D, it will be giving only first 3 characters of the day. If I go for 4D, then only I'll be getting the complete string. That's why I'm taking 4Ds.
Okay, understood.
Now, once we have done with this, let's go for a hands-on practice, finding the month and year also. So month is equal to same text using the value called expiry date, comma, month purpose, 4 M's within 2 double inverted quotes. So if it is for year, what we can do? We can go for a simple text formula with YY 4 times, but that is not necessary because this is a lengthy formula. So for year purpose, we have a ready-made formula in Excel naming called year. So I can take year. This is demanding me serial number. Serial number is nothing but my date of expiry. And bracket close, control enter. Because as I told you, wherever it is possible, try to keep your formula length to the minimum level. So this is one technique again we have implemented over here with regard to year.
Prabhas,
Yeah.
can I interrupt?
Yeah, please.
Prabhas, I see this you writing, a quick one, you text the, the how to go about it. How do you write this? Because when we do it, it comes as a direct final answer.
Yeah, the moment you
Everywhere
want,
like
yes.
date, just for us to understand.
Right. You can copy the formula, open the cell where the formula is there. You have to copy. Okay. After copying the formula, go for escape. Go for escape for one time. After copying, then go for escape. Then go to the destination cell where you want to paste it. But before pasting, hit the spacebar one time and then paste. So formula will no more executed. It will be done into text.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome. So this is how people, we have understood that how this EDATE formula is going to help us, and Control Shift 3 to convert any format to date format, and uses of text formula to extract the day, month and year formula will be helping me to find out my year from a date. Any doubt, any queries? These are our daily essential formulas. I mean, whenever you download the data from SAP or ERP system, sometimes the existing columns will not be sufficient. So you have to keep using all these formulas. So I guess everybody is done. So I proceed to the next. If you have any queries, you can ask me, no problem. Well, so I'll now go to the next data. What we have with us is invoice numbers and invoice dates are there. So let me put it in a story format. The question demands calculate the due date of tax deposit to the government account. So let me put it in a story format. Nowadays, since we have the GST principles or GST rules as per the government, what we need to do whenever we sell a particular product or provide a service to the client, we need to collect GST from them. And whatever the GST we have collected, we cannot use for our personal benefits. We have to pay to the government. Or it's not something like whenever we wish we can pay it. We have to also pay within that due date, within that stipulated time. So this is what we are going to now calculate. Suppose I generate one invoice on 16th June 2015. Ideally, the tax, whatever I have collected, it is due for payment by 5th of the next month. So what is the date, 5th of next month, 16th June, it is 5th July 2015. 14 December 2015, if it is the invoice date, what is the due date then? 5th January 2016. 10th July 2015, if it is the invoice date, then 5th August 2015 ideally should be my due date. So likewise, I need to find out my due dates so that I can make the payment of GST within that stipulated time or on or before the due date, and I can avoid the penalty for the delayed payment charges. All right, fine, story is clear. Now the question is how to find the due date. And where is the challenge? The challenge is over here. If you talk about this, if you successfully find out the invoice date of whatever the date and whatever the month, if you successfully find out that month last date, say 16th June 2015. Now in that month is June. What is the June month last date? We know 30th June. Then we can go for adding 5 more days. So 30th June 2015 plus 5 means 5th July 2015. I can get the answer. So the problem is lying in finding out the last date of the month. And why it is so challenging? Because month doesn't have a standard number of days. Somewhere it is 28, 29, 30, 31st. So this is the reason why, to make my job easy and do the calculation, how to do it. So here again, our experts, they will tell you a lot of things, but I'll tell you very precisely how to do it. See, I'll be taking a formula ready-made called EO month. In Excel, we have a formula called EO month, end of month. EO month is end of month. What it demands me? Start date. I do have invoice date, comma. What is the next one? Months. So what is the meaning by months? Now, which month last date you are looking for? Say June month. So June is the current month. Okay, 0. So 0 stands for current month. Current month is not as on date. On today's date, what is the month? The current month date is nothing but the start date, whichever the month belong to. So June month is the current month. That's why 0. Now invoice date is of June. Suppose I'm looking for next month last date. So June purpose, what is the next month? July. If I'm looking for July month last date, I should go for 1. 1 stands for next month. Suppose I am working in June, I am looking for the previous month last date. For June, what will be the previous month? -1 is called May. So this is how the significance of 0, 1, -1, and in this order you have to provide depending upon the requirement. So for our current requirement, we should go for 0. Fine. Bracket close, control enter. See, all these places, I'm getting exactly the last date of the month, 16th June, 30th June. December 31st December, July 31st July, October 31st October. So where the most of the pain was there, that problem we have solved. Only thing is find the accurate due date. As I told you, when you found the last date of the month, then open the formula. We can add 5. 5 is nothing but 5 more days. And once I go for control enter, I got my due dates ready all the places. So this is the beauty of this formula called EO month, and that is called end of month. So please give it a try. Any difficulties in understanding, do let me know. So 3 things over here. 0 stands for current month. 1 for next month. -1 for previous month. Right, people? Clear, everybody? So most of our date related challenges, the problems we can solve with all these formulas or functions. Now we are going to look into some more into the time stamp related calculations. So let me take you through. We have got the next question. We have got login time and logout time. So whenever we come to office, okay, in the morning, suppose say 9:30 a.m. I drop into the office. In any organization or industry, wherever you are working with, we have a biometric system where we punch our finger, and in the back end, the time is being captured like this 9:30 a.m. in this format. So what is the time format we follow in Excel? That is hours, minutes, and seconds. All right. Similarly, When I am done with the day and I am just going out of the factory premises or office premises, again, there is a out time system where I have to punch my finger. And the out time system, when I punch my finger, the time is being captured like this. All right. Now, suppose say I am more curious to know about what is the timeline I have solved for my office for the day in terms of hours, minutes, and seconds. What we do basically, we go for simply standard logic taking equal to log out time minus login time. This is what we do. Do you agree with me? What say? Now, the moment I hit Control Enter, you can see immediately what it happens. Some cases it works, some cases it fails. And where it fails, when the person turns up to office at 8:30 p.m. in the evening, he worked for the whole night and he leaves for the office very subsequent day, 5:30 a.m. in the morning. This is the place where it fails. And I cannot have two different formulas to handle two different shift people, right? So whichever the shift people turns up to my office, my formula should be efficient enough to get the result. So in that case, how to design my formula? So here again, our people will tell you a lot of things. They will ask you to change the format, change the cell format, or do some other things. Don't do anything else. I'll tell you a very simple way how to do it. See, stay focused. We go for is equal to. We know in a day, how many hours we have? 24. Pretty simple. Minus what time I have logged in. So 24 minus login time plus what time I have gone out of my office. That is called logout time. Simple, basic mathematics. Control Enter. Job is done. So even though the person comes in general, evening, night, whichever the shift, my formula is efficient enough to get the answer. So this will be very, very helpful whenever you have some contract laborers, employees, or finding out the overtime, idle time, anything, or effectiveness of hours, calculations, anything. You can do all these things over here. All right. Hope this is working. Check it out, please. Any confusion or any queries, do let me know. So I got a confirmation from Avinash, Nishi, and Sweta. How about the others people? Could you please respond? Okay. Parag, what is the status? Okay, great. Fine then. So we have done with this. Then we'll go to the next example. Suppose any activity exceeds 24 hours timeline, or if you say, if I have got a project work or in the task, which is more than a day, if I have taken time to complete, if I want to compute over there, the duration or the span in terms of hours, how to compute that? Well, we have got next example. Let's stay focused. Let me put it in a story format. Suppose say a tanker has come along with the material, some chemicals or something it has taken, and it has brought to my factory premises. And those material has to be unloaded inside my factory. Take an example. So the tanker has reported to my factory premises on 16th April 2018. It has gone inside my factory at 9 a.m. in the morning. It has unloaded the material, whatever it is. And 17th April 2018 at 11 a.m. it has gone outside of my factory gate. Now, suppose say I am a bit curious to know that how many hours it has taken to unload the material, How will I know that? Just manually check and let me know how many hours it has taken. Anybody quickly?
26.
26. So is it everyone answer 26? Everyone is agreed with that 26 hours. All right, let's go and check. So if that is the case, then how to compute that? See, if it is only one case, I can manually also compute and get the accurate result. That's fine. But the moment I open that file, I got 1,000 cases like this, because in the whole month there was 1,000 vehicle movements have been happened, and I need to compute those 1,000 cases over here. So in that case, what we can do is, I'll tell you the best option. I have to create first some ready-made computation purpose. I need to create some column like start date and time. Okay. And again, end date and time. Then next, I have to go for duration. And duration in terms of, I have to go for hours. So these are the ready-made columns for my calculations purpose or workings purpose. I have created anything you can name it. Now, start date and time, what I need to do equal to start date plus start time. Date will be added to the time, don't worry. Now, the moment I hit enter, whatever the output turns out, don't worry, but ensure your formula references are accurate. Start date has to be added to start time. Okay. Similarly, if I go for end date and time is equal to end date plus end time. Again, don't bother about the output, but formula references to be accurate. Okay. Coming to duration, we know standard logic equal to end date and time minus start date and time. The moment I have gone for this, you can notice it shows me the result in terms of decimals like 1.0833 and all. Doesn't make any sense. I cannot present my data in terms of hours like this. So how to present this? I'll tell you. See, any point of time to present your any format of your cell into a 24 hours format or time format or in hours format, what you can do, simple basic mathematics. In a day, how many hours we have? We have got 24. So when I go and multiply by 24, ultimately it will be changing into hours format. Now, suppose I want to find out the difference in terms of minutes. We know an hour, how many hours, how many minutes we have in an hour. We have got 60. So I need to multiply further with 60. So let's confine our answer to hours only. So I'll be making just multiplying by 24. And the moment I hit enter, I got the result. So whatever the calculations we did it manually, the same thing we got it. So this is the best answer or best way to get your answer in terms of time computation whenever you have. And per hour, whatever it is fixed, you can compute over here, or whatever the stipulated time you have fixed and the actual time you can compare, and you can deduct, you can create a debit note or anything, whatever you want, you can do that. So please give it a try. And this is the story of our numbers challenge. Any doubt, any queries, you can ask me.
So don't we have any shortcut directly, rather making it ENF, which you shown?
This is what, for your better understanding, I created all these three columns, but these three columns can be combined into one column.
Right.
Yeah, that can be done. Same thing. You can go for equal to, okay. What you can do, you can start the command over here first, going to end date plus end time, okay, minus, again bracket open, start date over here plus start time. Then whatever it comes, again, you have to multiply by 24.
24 hours.
So the three things can be combined into one column. But for the better understanding, I told you over here.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so Parag is having a question. It's a very relevant question, so I would like to answer that now itself, and it will be helpful for others also. So he's asking if the date format is different in two columns, how can we get correct? Okay, so I'm going to take you to a real-time situation which you can also connect. Okay, now suppose say take an example. Okay, right, perfect example. See, everybody please stay focused. I just got a report from some other user, say my vendor, from my customer, or I've downloaded something from my SQL table data, SAP or ERP. When I download and save my file in my current local disk, whatever, or on OneDrive or cloud, it turns up the data like this. What is the data? If you see the date, first case DD-MMM-YY, but in the second case, M/DD/YYYY. So these are two different formats. Ideally, I cannot have the file data in this format. Either I can take DDMMYY or I can go for MMDDYY. This doesn't look good. So I need to maintain some uniformity. So what is the best option? You can select your whole data, whatever you have, then go to your data column or data menu from the ribbon. There is an option called text to column. What is that? Text to column. And if I go for text to column over here, then we have an option called next. Yes, again, next. In the third tab, by default, it shows as general. You got to change it to date. Okay. Now, once I change it to date, in the drop down, it is showing DMY over here. So if it is showing DMY, I need to change it to MDY. If it is showing MDY, I need to change it to DMY. This is the only changes I have to do. And once I do the same, finish, done. So whatever the data I had, now it has been turned into a uniform formatting. So this is the best option to clean up your date column if it is having two different formats or different formats are there, or date is not in proper date value, or date is there in the format of a text. Anything. This is the solution. Well, Parag, hope it is clear what I explained. Yeah, no problem. Welcome. All right, people. So we have done with our numbers challenge sheet. So with this, we'll go for a short break of 10 minutes. So in my system now it is 4:35.4:45. Again, we'll be meeting and discuss the rest. So have a brisk and come back soon, please, and we'll discuss the rest. So 10 minutes time, please stick to the window so that we can effectively utilize the window time. So I'll be in mute. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Well, so I believe everybody is back. Could you please respond in the chat box? Why for yes? All right. Now, let's go to the next sheet is called data presentation. Okay. Now, what is the relevance of data presentation in Excel? Because we have the mindset, we have the belief that presentation is most important in Microsoft PowerPoint. But how it plays a role in Excel? Yes, it plays also a great role in Excel. The reason is nowadays, when you present your data, just mere having the numbers, people don't like it because the audience expectation level is different nowadays. So what people are expecting that you should present your data effectively. You should present your data with some more value addition. You should present your data with more information, and you should present your data with the infographic presentation. This is what hotcake in the market. We are going to discuss everything, but we'll go for phase by phase again. So first thing, now we have a data month-wise revenue. We have a data. Now suppose, say, take an example. I'm just taking a name from our group, say our friend Vaibhav. Okay, so his boss is asking him to Vaibhav, that Vaibhav, get me the entire 12 months revenue report. So what Vaibhav did, that product wise, month wise, whatever the Excel sheets he had created, he has opened everything and finally consolidating everything. This is the final report he has made it. Data is ready for dispatch. Whatever the next level people are asking, data is ready up to that level. But only thing is, whatever Vaibhav has presented, that is anybody's job. Anybody can do that. So how it is going to create that much of impact in the audience mind? No way. Audience will be happy when you do something different, some uniqueness, some innovative ideas you would have put it across, or some creativity if you have shown, or you have made something different from the others, then only people would be happy watching the same. So here the first question, looking at the data, how to make it informative. What else we can do so that it will be a value additions to my work? What else we can do so that it will be adding more information to my existing data? So please look at the data and give me your valuable inputs, whatever it comes to your mind, how to make it informative, what we can do. Anybody? Whatever it comes to your mind.
Dollar signal.
Okay.
Simple.
Well, so you mean to say that you want to present your data in a currency format. If it is USD, it should be in dollar. Okay, great. Yeah, so Parag is saying we can present our entire 12 months data in a graphical format like a charts and graphs. Fine. So Parag and Manoranjan both are same. Fine. I consider that aspect also. What else we can do? Yes, Sweta. Whatever comes to your mind. See, this is what open in discussion so that we can take it further. See, I could have directly come to the solution. Okay, this you could have done. But why I'm taking, so we are also exercising our brain how to present it in different way. Okay, we can calculate the average total revenue generated. Okay, Nishi is saying we can calculate the average and we can present it. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. What else? Vinod, what's your opinion? What can be done?
Yes, I'm with the opinion of say graphical presentation.
Okay, graphical
In form of
presentation.
word.
Okay. Avinash, are you
Table
there?
form.
Yeah.
By word.
Yeah. Avinash, are you there? Okay.
How about pie chart?
That is what chart is one concept altogether. So now again, do not classify please as a line chart, column chart, pie chart. So do not
Smaller
differentiate.
to bigger, maybe.
Well, that cannot be done over here since this is a timeline based data. If you do the arrangements in smallest to largest, again, month pattern also will get disturbed. So that cannot be done. With the timeline data, you cannot sort with values. Okay, let's go and discuss one by one. See, we can highlight the maximum revenue and the minimum revenue in different colors, and we can showcase. We can compare our data month and month wise, and we can present. We can showcase our data in percentage and present our information. So all these things are there, right? So now we'll see one by one how to make a full-fledged data presentation or making our data more informative over here. However, pivot table is not required at all. This is a simple data of 2 columns. Pivot is not playing any role. Pivot comes into picture when you have a huge data. So 2 columns of data, pivot doesn't play any role over here. Anyway, fine then. So thanks for your active participation in the discussion. So let me first take you through. So start working with me. In this data, if you see, the minimum element is total is missing. Can you see that? Total is missing. So we should have a total. Keeping your cursor in your revenue USD column total, go for Alt equal to the keyboard shortcut, Alt equal to. So when you press Alt with equal to sign together, this will be giving you the sum of the values. The moment you hit enter, we got the result, you can see. And this is what our total. So 33,715. All of you have got the same. Please confirm. Alt equal to the keyboard shortcut. Now, let's take a discussion over here. Suppose say I have presented my revenue data to my boss. My boss is quite happy watching the same because the data, whatever I'm presenting, billions, millions, or lakhs and crores, my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But when I'm presenting my data to the global leaders, they are really not interested watching this billions, millions, or lakhs and crores of data. They want to see, but the revenue data they want to see in terms of percentage. So let's go and create one more column naming as revenue and percentage. So revenue with percentage. Let's go for it. And over there, what should be the formula for revenue percentage calculation? Please stay focused. Equal to taking the revenue data for the month of Jan, we need to divide with the total revenue all the time. So each and every month, we have to divide with the total revenue. Then only we can get the percentage value. But when I copy this formula, then B17 should not move down. Only B5 should move to B6, B7, and all those things. So for that, we need to lock it. We know that concept. And the moment I go for this and hit enter, can you see my data comes in decimal? But we are presenting our data in terms of percentage. So any point of time to convert any format to percentage format, control, shift, and file. So you can notice on your keyboard, the 5 numerical key is having a percentage symbol. So control, shift, and 5 will be helping me to convert any format to percentage format. And the same when it is achieved, I can apply the same for the rest. Double click on the fill handle. And the moment I go for total, is it giving me 100%? Yes. So I am in the right track. So this is how we have got one more column stating revenue in percentage. So please go for it and give it a try. Okay, 60,734. 60,000. It cannot be. Avinash, something mistake
No,
happened.
no, Mr. Prabhas, for me also the values are 60,000 total.
I don't know why it is coming.
Okay.
No, each month wise, if you see the use revenue also getting changed.
I guess so.
Is
data,
it okay?
Data is
Be careful.
different. Okay, if that is the case, I mean, month is not standard. Okay, so is it the problem for everyone? The data is keep on changing. Is there a content?
Yes, even for me, the data is different. It starts with 1421.
Okay.
Even
Yes,
the first
same.
Jan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, not a issue, not a issue. I guess the data what I have shared with you, a little bit of difference over there. Okay, okay, no issues. We'll do one thing. We'll do one thing. This kind of difference should not ever arise. But let me see. Just give me a minute, people. Okay, so now we are in the equal page. So the data comes in this one 60,734, correct? This is what we are
Exactly.
getting, right? Okay, let it be.
Correct.
No problem.
Yes, yes.
Sorry for the confusion what arises because the data slightly it is changed when I'm sending that across. Anyway, so this is our revenue in percentage. The moment we go for this, what we did over here is we have gone for equal to Jan month revenue. We have divided with the total revenue, and that we should lock it since every month it should get divided with total revenue only. The total revenue cells should not get changed. That's why we did it. And I told you to convert any format to percentage format, Control Shift and 5. The moment I go for Control Shift and 5 over here, I got my data percentage. And then I should go for application of the same for the rest and the making total. And the moment I go for total over here, what is happening? The total 100%. So are we getting the same? Please confirm, please, everybody. Yes, people? Yeah. So this is one more column as a value additions to our data, and we got it revenue in percentage. Any questions from anybody? Now, yeah,
Prabhas, do you
yeah.
mind explaining once again?
Yeah. See, the data, whatever we have, basically it is in terms of numbers. Numbers are meant for my immediate people or higher authority, whoever it is there. But when I'm presenting my data to the global leaders, billions, millions, lakhs, and crores, they are not interested in watching the same. But they want to see the data. But the ideal option is presenting in terms of percentage. So for percentage purpose, taking the value, I need to divide with the total revenue. That will be giving me percentage, correct?
Right.
So for percentage purpose, we are going and dividing by the value, but again, we are going for multiplying with 100. This is what the standard practice we have. That is not necessary. So when I go for this cell C15, when I copy this formula towards down, C3 should move to C4, but C15 should not move to C16. For that reason, we have to lock it. And the moment I hit enter, I'm going to get my data in terms of decimals. And I told you to convert any format to percentage format, Control, Shift, and 5. So automatically my data will be converted into percentage. And the moment I go for this application for the rest, I'll be getting the data and making a total is 100% also we are getting.
Thanks.
Yeah. So revenue in percentage, one more column we have added. Now what else we can do to make it more informative? See, as I told you, we can compare the data month and month, Jan to Feb, Feb to March, March to April. We can start comparing and we can show how is the progress trend, whether it is in upward trend or it is in downward trend that we can show, correct? What do you say? Month and month, can the data be compared with? Yeah. So what you call technically, we call that column as growth. So let us go and create one more column naming called growth. Now, the moment you come to the growth column, stay focused. This is very, very essential. You need to understand also. If you are clear, then it will be really helpful. See, Jan month, when I go for something to find out my growth, is there anything before Jan? Is there anything before Jan? No. Since January is the first month of my year, my growth is nothing because I cannot compare with any value. But when I come to Feb, I have got something to compare with. What do you say? Do you agree?
Yes.
So what should be the formula? Formula should be is equal to Feb revenue minus Jan revenue. Do you agree?
Yes.
The moment we hit enter, formula is ready for a cell, but we need to apply for the rest. Data is ready. So this is called my growth. So comparing the data month and month. So like what you do for year and year, month and month, or you go for comparison, this kind of data will be prepared. So growth column, we have made it ready. So we have got one more column as a value additions to the data.
Just minus it.
Yeah, Feb minus Jan. Now, once it is ready, let us discuss what else we can do. See, as we are taking the discussion, the data in growth column, whatever we have prepared, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But when I'm presenting my data to my management, they are not interested seeing the growth data in terms of value. They're interested in watching the growth, but in terms of percentage. So our next column would be growth percentage. Let's go for that.
Yes.
Now, what would be the formula for growth percentage calculation that we are going to discuss? So stay focused, please, for a minute. Next 1 minute, you can try. See, as we have discussed for growth for the month of Jan is nothing. Growth percentage also will be nothing since we have nothing before January. But when you go to Feb, we have got something. So growth for the month of Feb has to be divided with, for Feb month, what is the base? For Feb month growth, what is the base? Which month we compare the data? We compare the data with January. Do you agree with the formula?
Yes.
Now, the moment we hit enter, I'm getting the answer in terms of decimals, but the same we need to convert into percentage. Control Shift 5. And the moment I go for double click on the fill handle, my data is ready. So this is how we have computed one more column naming called growth percentage. Please do that. Yes, Parag, that's the meaning. It's not loss, we can say. It's about the revenue isn't decreasing. So revenue in percentage, growth in value, growth in percentage is ready. Now, what's next? What else we can do? Let me take you through. See, stay focused again. The moment we are doing the business for the month of Jan, what is the revenue we have got it? 1421. Now, when I complete the business for the month of Feb, if I ask the question again to you, what is your revenue you have generated? So what you are going to do, you are going to include Jan with Feb, and you are going to tell me the total revenue. Likewise, the moment you complete March, you should tell complete by consolidating Jan, Feb, and March. When you complete April, Jan, Feb, March, and April, what do you call that value? We call it as cumulative or accumulated data. The same thing we are going to present it in our Excel as a informative column. So what do you call that column? We call it as cumulative or accumulated data or running total. People have different names, but technically when you are working in a corporate report, you should use the proper corporate jargons. And what do you call that? YTD, year to till date, because we are comparing the data for the whole month, whole year. Now suppose say you are working with a monthly data starting from first of the month till mid or last day of the month. That is called MTD, month to date. Okay. Now YTD, let's go for YTD. How to compute my YTD? See, Jan month, whatever the revenue is nothing but YTD for the month of Jan will be remaining the same. So equal to Jan month YTD. Do you agree? Whatever my Jan
Yes.
month revenue will be the YTD
Yes.
for the month of Jan. Now, when I go to Feb equal to Jan month YTD plus Feb month current revenue, do you agree with the formula?
Yes.
The moment I hit enter, my data is automatically getting consolidated or cumulative. And the same when I apply for the rest, the moment I reach to the month of December, is it matching with my total revenue? December month YTD, is it matching with my total revenue?
Yes.
Yes.
So we are in the right track, and this is what our YTD in terms of value. So this is how we have added one more column naming called YTD over there in our data. So hope everybody's got the same. Anybody is having any trouble or understanding is not clear, or you have a different sort of opinion, feel free to ask, because this is very, very essential. It's not confined to your accounts, finance, HR, or production planning. Anywhere, any department, wherever you are working with, this is essential. Yes, Parag. See, YTD for the month of Jan is nothing but the same value of your revenue month of Jan. We have to go for YTD. We put it in formula. Then when you go to Feb equal to Jan month YTD plus Feb month current revenue. That's what we did. And why we have not taken from Jan? Because the same value is already taken in YTD. So when I go for this, my formula will be copying towards down, and it will nowhere dependent upon this January column anymore. That's why we have taken YTD as a source and then Feb month revenue data as our destination to add it. Now, the moment I hit enter, I got my data ready. The same I can apply to the down, and 60,734 December month YTD is matching with my total revenue. So this is a confirmation for me that I am on the right track. All right. Now, let us discuss what else we can do over there.
I
Yeah,
have a question. How
please.
you are dragging it down?
Just double click on the fill handle, double click the drag button. You have to do double click. Automatically, it will be populated. I have deleted. I have gone for over here. Double click on the fill handle. It will be a fill.
Prabhas, can I show my sheet? I
Yeah.
think I don't know where I'm making mistake.
Yeah, please share. No problem.
Sorry, just
It's okay. It's okay. No problem.
Is it visible?
Yeah. So first is the percentage.
Yeah.
Go to the percentage first cell. Go to the percentage first cell. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have taken this percentage comma. C15 you have not logged. In the first case, C15 to be logged. F4.
That is
F4.
Enter. Control enter.
No. First you have to F4. You have not logged
Okay, I'll
it.
just
No, no,
drag
no.
it also.
No. You have not logged it yet. You go back there and first you lock C15. Yeah, F4. Just press F4. The function key in the top, F4. Yeah.
Okay.
Now enter.
Now control enter, right?
No, you have not selected. No, only one cell is selection. So enter first. Now go back there, 2%, double click on the fill and that button. Yes, done.
Yeah.
Right. So now go to the total. Total is something different. Total. Yeah.
It should be 100, right?
Alt equal to
equal to
both press together, not one by one. Escape. Alt equal to press together. Enter. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. The 3987 growth, this is not required. Those two totals are not required. Yeah. So
now it is fine.
Fine. Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome. Well, I'm taking the control back on the screen. So now let's discuss what else we can do. So YTD in terms of value, the thing what I have presented over here, my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. As I have been telling you, the moment I'm presenting my data to my global leaders, they do not want to see YTD in this format. They want to see YTD, but in terms of percentage. So next requirement is defining the data YTD in terms of percentage. Let's go for that. Okay, so what should be the formula for YTD percentage? See, if you remember the way we have defined YTD, taking the Jan month value as YTD value. Similarly, can we take the Jan month revenue percentage as YTD percentage? What do you say? Jan month revenue as YTD column value we have taken for the month of Jan. Similarly, Jan month revenue percentage, can it be taken as YTD percentage for the month of Jan?
Yes, I think we can.
Yes. So equal to taking this value over here. Now, when I go to Feb, the similar formula equal to Jan month YTD percentage plus Feb month revenue percentage. Can we take?
Yes.
The moment I hit enter, is it cumulative? Yes. 2 plus 7, is it showing 9%? Yes. Now double click on the fill handle and see the December month YTD percentage. Is it matching with my total revenue percentage column? My YTD percentage column, whatever the value for the month of December, is it matching with my revenue percentage column total?
Yes.
So we are in the right track. So this is how people we have now seen. See, if you realize these are the two columns, mostly we feel like presenting it, but this much of task is pending. So when you present like this makes your data presentation in the next level. It goes to the next level and people will love to see that. And this is what people are expecting from us. So do not wait, somebody should demand, then only I start presenting like this. From your inherent presentation, you should present like this. So hope all these things are clear what we did. Okay. Any doubt, any queries, anybody is facing any challenge, do let me know.
A lot of practice is required for us.
Obviously, that's what I told you in the beginning itself. Practice is required. Overnight, nothing is possible, but things are very easy. Once you start practicing, you can get the things better.
Correct.
Mr. Prabhas, can you come back on this YTD percentage, please?
Right. YTD percentage, what we did, the same thing, what we do for YTD value, we have gone for equal to revenue percentage for the month of Jan. That is clear.
Okay, clear.
If you are not following this, then what is the best way to get it? So basically, technically what we do, we go for equal to this value divided with this value, we will go for, and again, we'll go for same percentage.
Same percentage, correct.
That's the same thing we have taken it directly. Why will do that formula again? Now, when I go to the next, equal to 2% for the month of YTD Jan plus Feb month, whatever the revenue percentage can be added.
Okay.
Is it coming up 9%?
Yes.
The same thing, if you do the formula based equal to this, as I told you, this divided with this, if I take the formula help over here and I'm trying to presenting in the form of percentage, what will do equal to, I'll go for this data over here. And if I go for same percentage, since I have done it over here already, if I go for it directly, I can simply drag like this, right?
Correct.
So that is taking the extra formula over here, but here we have taken it again as the logic what we have applied for YTD. Same thing I have applied for YTD percentage to make it more clear for you. So this can be done with the various ways also. So now double click on the fill handle for the rest of the cases to be ready. Now, so taking that consideration, everybody is done up to this level. Now coming to the next, what we need to do. No problem. See, keeping your cursor anywhere in the data, go for Control A. Control A. So keeping the cursor anywhere in the data, Control A will be helping you to select the entire data set at once. And remember one thing, whenever you are presenting your data, give a feel of a table. How to give a feel of a table? By applying the borders. How to apply the borders? By two different ways. One, taking the help of mouse, going to home, border, all border. This is what the orthodox approach. If you ask me, I would suggest go for a keyboard shortcut. What is that? Is Alt H for home, B for border, A for all border. So this is what one by one you have to press the key buttons, and that will be helping you to go for all borders. So whichever the way you want to go for it, whichever it is comfortable for you, you can take it. I gave you both the ways. But if you ask me, I would always suggest go for keyboard shortcuts to save your turnaround time. So Alt HBA, you no need to struggle by pressing all these four keys together. Go for one by one. First press, yeah. Yes, any queries? So you have to press one by one. First Alt, then remove the finger, then H for home, remove the finger, then B for border, remove the finger, finally press A. So borders applications will be happening. This is the first thing. Now, next, remember one thing, the latest style, whatever it says for a table data is the first column you should align to the left. And rest of the columns, whatever the data you have, you must align to the center. And how to align to the center? Again, going to home, alignment as central alignment, or you can go for a simple keyboard shortcut, Alt, H for home, A for alignment, C for center. So alignment to be center. Please do it. Selecting Alt, H, A, C. Right? So this kind of presentation, if you have the practice or habit of presenting like this, any point of time, if your data to be migrated to PowerPoint, or if you happen to present your Excel data to PowerPoint, you need to hardly struggle over there. See how I have presented in a beautiful fashion in my Excel. Boss asked me, Prabhas, get the data in PowerPoint. I have simply copied, I have gone to my PowerPoint, and over here, the moment I go to PowerPoint over here and I open this PowerPoint blank presentation, and there, what I can do, I can simply go for right click, image, and my data is ready over here. So now see how it gives a clean look, and hardly I need to struggle over there. So this is the reason why presentation in Excel is very, very essential, because when you just export your data to other formats, other applications, hardly need to struggle over there. All right. So how to make our data informative? Hope it is clear.
Yes.
Right. Now we'll see next how to make our data.
Prabha,
Yeah.
when I'm dragging it down, it's not copying, it's giving the same data like 9%, 9% in all the cells.
Can you show the screen? Let me see.
Yeah, just can you see my screen?
Not it. Have you shared your screen or window?
Can you see it?
Not yet, Shweta. Ah, it's getting loaded. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So if I drag it,
Not D4 to D13. That's what you are doing the problem. See, go to the first one. First, you go to the first one. YTD percentage. Yeah, go there. Is equal to D3. That's fine. Come down. No, no, that is fine. Equal to D3 only. Yeah.
yeah,
Enter. Now,
yeah.
no, no, no. Then equal to H3, equal to H3, the above cell,
Yeah.
yes, plus D4,
Yeah.
enter.
Enter.
Now double click on the fill handle.
Here.
Yes, double click. Still some problem. Okay, okay. H3 9% is 100. You have got it. Okay, that's fine. H3 plus D4. Go to the second one, please.
Second one.
H3 plus D4. Go third one. Go down. Go down. No. Okay, okay. D plus 7, 2 plus 7. Right, 9 plus. Why it is taking? Okay, go to the second one, please. Second one. Equal to H3 plus D4. Okay. Then you just drag now. Drag now.
This one again.
Yeah.
Giving the same.
Your formulas are not. You are why it is in read-only mode. You save the file. I guess you are trying to access through that zip folder itself. Save the file. On your local desktop or somewhere.
Then stop sharing.
Rose, meanwhile,
Yeah.
when I have to do Alt HBA, all borders and alignment, you have to select the entire sheet and then do it, right?
So enter data, not the sheet. Enter data where you want to apply exactly.
Yeah, now it's working.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because
Can you show one more time, Prabhas, is Alt any one of this just on your sheet, please?
yeah. See, now suppose say that I have to apply over here. Suppose say I have to apply the border. I have selected. I went for first Alt.
If any key I select,
no Alt. So when I go for Alt, then only all these respective predefined keys assigned to all my menu options will be activated. Can you see? H, N,
Yes.
P, and all those things. When you press Alt, it will be activated. Now, as per the procedure, as I showed you, where I need to go, I need to go to Home. Home is going to be activated by H. So I need to go and press H. Now I have navigated to the Home tab. In Home tab,
after Alt, put select Home.
You don't need to go and select. Just press H. First, you press Alt, remove the finger, then H for Home tab, then B for border, then A for all border.
Right.
So this is called menu-driven keyboard shortcuts. So whatever the options you are using most frequently, you can also activate or engage your keyboard shortcuts for that.
Mr. Prabhas, I have one doubt out of interest. Can I?
Yeah, please. No problem,
See, if I want to highlight my best month in the best revenue out of this 12 months, is there any option apart from the condition formatting highlight cells? Normally, we used to do help of that condition formatting. We will fix that highlight the greater than or something. Example, you will highlight 5,000 USD, more than 5,000 like that. Those cells get highlighted, right?
But you want to, but your question is different. No, you are asking me which is the maximum value alone to be highlighted.
Yeah, maximum. Yes.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, you can do that same with conditional formatting, but using your new rule.
Okay.
So I have selected over here new rule, and when I go for it, you format over here. Use a formula to determine which cells to format. Okay, so I'll go for is equal to max of this range. Okay, max of this range. If this is true, so what will be happening? Format. If I want to make it green, suppose, so I'll go to fill, I'll go for green. Font, I want to make it bold, and font color, I want to make it white. Suppose say all these things I have customized. Now, the moment I go and click OK, and again click OK, you'll be finding over here. So it is taking all the values to be as a maximum value. So slightly we need to tweak the formula. So what is the formula to be tweaked over here? We have to check going to Home tab, Conditional Formatting, Manage Rules. Now over here, Edit Rule. Then I need to check is equal to this cell. Okay, I need to make it general because my cell has to go and check each and every cell which is maximum, right? So if this cell is equal to max of this range, then this format to be applied, suppose. Now when I go for this, now click OK, can you see? Only that cell alone is highlighted, which is having the maximum, right?
Fine.
So
Thank you. Got it.
yeah, so if you want, I can help you with that formula again. You can make a note. So manage rules, going over here, edit rule. This is the formula.
Got it.
Right.
Thank you.
Welcome. So now once we have done with this, let's go for and discussion that how to make our data presentable. Okay. So we have got below one more set of data over here. We are going to discuss on that. So if you see, we have got month-end revenue. Now, suppose say take an example. This is the data we have, and I want to present it effectively. So kindly keep your cursor anywhere in the data and go for Control A. And then go to your Home tab. There is an option over here called Format as Table. There is an option called Format as Table. And when you open this, you will be finding three different categories turns up: light, medium, and dark. Something comes up over here. Always go for light or medium. Do not go for the dark option. The reason is the more the dark color, again, file size will be more. So always go for light or medium. Now, when I go and select one medium category out of this, you can notice with immediate effect, a dialog box appears. So go and click OK. No need to do anything on this. And you can see a beautiful transformation of your data. What happens? Alternate rows are highlighted. Your headers are defined with proper high definition color in the background. Filter buttons are activated and thick borders are there in the header, and the data where it ends after December, you can see a thick border again. So somewhat looks meaningful, colorful, bit of formatted. Do you agree?
Prabhas, one more time, please.
Yeah. Select your data, going to home, your format as table, below to conditional formatting, only it is there. Take any light or medium category, and when you take any of the category and click that, click OK. With immediate effect, you will be finding the respective formatting will be added. So can you make out all these advantages by simply converting the data into table, how it is bringing all this necessary formatting? Hope everybody has got that.
Yes.
Right. Now, let me take you through this. Now, suppose say this is what our friend Binod has prepared and presented to his boss. His boss is having a watch on this, and definitely now he's very happy, and he's saying also appreciating his work. Binod, today the data seems looking something different compared to yesterday. How come overnight such improvements? This is what boss is asking to Vinod. So Vinod, what will be your answer? You will be telling, sir, you have given the permission, right, that to attend that Excel workshop. So this is what the benefit out of that. I learned from that and thought it will be very, very helpful in terms of saving our time and giving a aesthetic look to our data. I applied. So boss is also quite happy. There is an outcome from the training program, right?
Yes, obviously.
Right. But we know one thing, when boss is happy, what happens next?
They expect more.
Right. Promotion, increment, elevation, forget about that. That is due at the year end only. But with immediate effect, the action, what happens? The expectation level goes high, and the workload increases. And same thing happened with our friend Vinod also. And what happened? Immediately boss is asking to Vinod, okay, Vinod, this is the revenue data you have given. Well and good. Now I want to see, to generate this much of revenue, how much incentive we have paid. So basically Vinod has to create a column naming called incentive. So please create incentive and immediately go for enter. See the beauty. What happens when you just hit incentive text over there and enter? Can you see the immediate formatting is being carried forward to the next column? Have you ever seen any table that when you are creating the table data, your format goes along with it? No, we have to always go for a format painter. But this is what the advantage of format as table option. It is giving a helping hand. It is saying, you please take care about your data. I am there to take care about your formatting. So you can save your time. One second. Coming to incentive calculation. Suppose in my organization, I have a uniform policy. Whatever the billing we make, whatever the revenue we have generated, out of that 2% we always declare as an incentive. This is a uniform policy. Now if that is the case, then how to compute my incentive? See, equal to Jan month revenue, whatever it is. When you take Jan month revenue, it will always take this kind of formattings, at the rate symbol, column header name, square brackets. Don't worry, don't bother about this. This is the default formatting options from table side. Now only focus, you have to give your formula 2% multiply by 2%, simple. And the moment you hit enter, see the beauty, what happens? It is not only applying to a cell, but also the entire column. So my drag option, control D option, formula copy paste option, control enter option, nothing is required. Can you see, because of format as table, how my speed is also increasing? What do you say?
Yes, very fast.
Right. So we got revenue column data already there. Incentive we have calculated. So this is what, again, one more advantage. Now coming to the next. Revenue is ready. Incentive we have computed. Ideally, next column would be net revenue. Let's go and prepare net revenue. And the moment you go and prepare net revenue column over here, okay, what should be the formula? Basic mathematics. Anybody? What will be the formula, please? Should be revenue minus incentive, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Equal to column C. That is what our revenue, that is for the C18 minus D18. And the moment you hit enter, we got immediately again net revenue column ready. So this is what the advantage of format as table option, my friends. Whenever you are preparing your data, how this is playing a role in terms of saving our time and in terms of applying the necessary formatting to the data, we have understood. But one more element is still missing. As I told you, in any data, we should have a total. Total is not there. Can you just observe that? Total is not there, isn't it?
Yes.
So how to bring the total? You don't need to create it manually. I will tell you. See, the moment we keep our cursor in the table anywhere, a separate tab is activated in the ribbon naming called design, table design, options. Depending upon the version of Excel, you will be finding the same. It's there created. Able to identify everybody? Keeping the cursor in table, going to the last tab on the ribbon. All right. Now, once you go for this over here, you will be finding there's an option called total row. The checkbox is not activated. Total row. Checkbox is not activated. You have to activate that checkbox.
Total row.
Yeah. So when you go and activate the total row checkbox with immediate effect,
Yeah, so less now.
right, In the bottom side, you will be finding a total row is added, but it is showing only the total for net revenue column. What if I want a total for revenue column? So when I go for revenue column total cell, if I select, a drop down box is displaying on the screen. And if I click the drop down, a list of formulas will be displayed. And ideally, to make a total, what is the formula?
Sum.
So when you go for sum, things are ready. See, everything is there. Only thing is we need to customize according to the need. So that's what the beauty of your format as table option. So far so good. Everybody is able to do that. Parag, it will be there definitely. If you keep your cursor anywhere in the table, you will be finding that. Extreme right, last tab. It may be, naming would be different, like options, design, or table design, depending upon the versions, you'll be there.
After help.
Okay. All right. Now, once we have done with this, yeah, after total, yeah, did you get the total? Did you get the total? When you go to table design, total row, you will be getting the total row. So going to the total row, you have to go for revenue column total cell. The drop down you have to click as sum. Yes, Parag? Are you getting the same? Right. Now, welcome. Now, once we have got it over here up to this level, next, as I told you, keep your cursor in the column header, any of the header, month, revenue, incentive, net revenue, anything, any of the header, you take it. Okay, keep the cursor there. And the moment go for Control A, the entire table will be selected. And as I told you, first give a feel of a border. So how to apply the borders? Alt HBA or Home tab border, all borders, whichever it is comfortable for you, go for it. Okay, this is the first thing. And I told you, whenever you have a table data, make sure the first column is aligned to the left and rest of the columns should be aligned center. Okay. Alt HAC or home alignment, center alignment. Now, next, most of the time, what it happens, friends, the moment we copy paste the data from one Excel to other or PDF to Excel or Word to Excel, what it happens, you would have seen so many times, Excel data columns comes with the hash symbols. And what we do, we keep expanding the columns by double click on the column, double click on the column, double click on the column. We keep doing that a lot of times. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So that is what we have to stop doing. See, now the same situation with us. If you see in some cases, my table header, whatever it is, the data, it is not visible properly. Like if you see revenue USD is missing, not showing. If you see net revenue, data is missing. Reason is the character length is not sufficient to the column width. So what we need to do basically, we have to go for a procedure called auto fit of column width. And where do you find? In the home format, auto fit of column width. This is with the help of mouse. Else, you can go for a simple keyboard shortcut is Alt O for format, C for column, A for auto fit. So these are the keyboard shortcuts, very, very essential keyboard shortcuts in our routine activities to save our time, make a practice of all these things. I should always recommend to update. So Alt O C A, done. So you can see now the data, whatever we have, exactly the character length is sufficient to the column width. So this is how we have understood how to make our data presentable by using format as table option. So two things we have understood: how to make it informative, how to make it presentable. Any doubt, any queries in our data presentation sheet?
These formulas are there in the sheet which you have provided, right?
No. That is the sample case studies. I'm going to share it across tomorrow. One more set.
Okay.
The answers. You can say now we have only the questions. So today also I'll be setting one set. Whatever things we have completed, I'll give one set. Tomorrow also I'll be giving consolidated day one and day two. Like that, you'll be getting day by day whatever things we have completed, the answers for that, so that you can keep practicing. All right, people. So can I take your consent that everybody is clear up to this level? Could you please quickly confirm why for yes? All right. Thank you so much. Let's go for our next topic. It's called date calculation. Okay. So this is a very interesting topic. So please stay focused with my storyline. What is the objective you can understand? Then we'll start working together. See, suppose say these are the employees who are working in my department. Okay. And I have got their date of joining in my organization whenever the dates are available. My management has given me a task. What is the task? Whoever the employees working in my department, I need to find out their experience in terms of years, months, and days, and I have to share that report directly to them. So now you must be thinking that I have a separate department supporting a service department called human resource. This is technically their job. Then why my management has given the task to me? See, though HR people, they are doing the calculations for a decentralized system or to have a proper track department wise, they want to collect the information. That's why they have given the task to you. All right, fine. Now, how to do that? That is the question. So whenever you want to compute the compute the experience. So starting from date of joining, you will be computing the experience as on date only. Do you agree? Starting from 31st December 2008,
Yes.
today, what is the date? 15th Jan 2022. I need to compute the difference or experience till that day. That is till today. But how you define your experience in terms of years, months, and days? Say sample data, 5 years, 6 months, 7 days. This is how I need to present it. And to get this answer in this format, again with pinpoint accurate format, again, people are a lot of options. People will say a lot of things. Some experts, they will suggest you lengthy formulas. But if you ask them, are you confident about your formula or the solution, what you're giving, is it absolutely correct? They will surrender. They will not give that confidence because they themselves are not clear whether the formula is giving the right answer or not. So in this particular juncture, my friends, to get the accurate answer, there is only one way out. What is that? We have to use a hidden formula of Excel. What is that hidden formula? So what is the name? Date diff. The formula name is date diff. People do the wrong pronunciation. They believe that it is of dated if. No, it is the combination date and difference, not date if, date diff. Okay. Now, why this is called as a hidden formula? Because this formula has a drawback. And since 1985 till 2021, this formula is hidden. Reason of the drawback. And to prove that this is a hidden formula, I'll show you something. See, any point of time, if you write any formula in Excel, say ED, it is going to give me a helping hand to find out what is the EDate formula. Now, when I go for open bracket, Excel also gives me a helping hand how to write my EDate formula. Whereas if I go for date diff, do I get anything? Just see my screen. Am I getting anything?
No.
So pretty clear. This is a hidden formula. So trust me, there is a formula like this. And since the instructions are not visible, we are going to work together. So start working with me. Keeping the cursor below to year and go for a formula is equal to date diff. Bracket open. The moment you go for date diff and bracket open, make sure the spelling is proper, DATEDIF. Now, any date formula, how it starts with is a date. So go for our date of joining. So any date formula, network days international, e-date, EO month, text, anything you speak about, it always starts with a start date. Yes, we take it, comma. Coming to the next, what would be the next input? So we are trying to compute the experience as on date. So the next input should be end date. So end date is nothing but today's date. So today's date, to bring it over here, we can use a simple formula called today. So go for TODAY, bracket open, bracket close. So this formula is predefined by Microsoft Excel and whose basic job is to generate today's date in your system. So start date, comma, end date, comma. Next input. Which column you are trying to compute the difference? We are trying to compute the difference in the year column. So to define my year component, take the blank cell above to the year. Kindly take the blank cell above to the year. And the moment you bracket close, formula is ready, hit enter. You'll be getting some kind of error, hash num. Are you getting, everybody? Hash num.
Put enter.
Yeah. All of you are getting hash num kind of error value.
Yes.
Reason, we know, out of 3 inputs, only 2 inputs we have provided. The third one is still defined to a blank cell. So let's go to that blank cell, D4. And to define my year component, as I told you in our second example itself, from our date format, DDMMYY, Y represents my year. So please define Y over there in the blank cell. And the moment you hit enter, are you getting the answer called 13?
No, I'm not getting some mistake.
Okay, what is the formula you have typed? Could you please read out?
Date if then C6 today, comma today, then
Today,
comma C
today bracket open, bracket close is there?
close. Yes.
Comma, you have taken.
Comma. अच्छा, I'm so sorry. I've done C4 डाला उधर Y उधर डाल दिया मैंने. Shit.
Okay.
Yeah, and 13 it is coming.
Right. So I believe everybody is getting 13 over here. So what we have understood, though deaddiff is a hidden formula, how to write it. What is the role of today formula in our deaddiff formula to get today's date generated on my formula? And what is the uses of Y text operator to represent my year over there? So we got the answer. Similarly, if I want to do a hands-on practice for bringing the answer for month, we can define M. For day, we can define D. And let's go and apply this date diff formula over there. Let's do that. Is equal to date diff, date of joining, today formula as a end date, then comma, Excel operator, that is E4. Similarly, going to day is equal to date diff, start date, date of joining, end date, today's date, and comma, Excel operator, that is F4.
For the day, what you said, Professor?
For the day equal to D. That is what you have to use the D operator.
Okay.
Equal to date div, start date of joining, comma, today formula as a end date, comma, Excel operator, that is D.
Okay.
Yes, but I have the same formula. For month purpose, we are using M. For day purpose, we are using D. So year, month, and day, whatever we are the calculation result we have received, though date diff is a hidden formula, how it is working, getting the result for us, we are clear. Can I take that?
Yes.
Right.
Just only curiosity, why it is not, why it is hidden, why they have not disclosed? Any particular reason?
Yeah, I'll tell you that. Don't worry. Now, the moment we have got it, can I express my experience in this format of the employee? Like 13 years, 156 months, 4,763 days. Is it a right expression?
No.
So
no, it looks bad.
Completely weird kind of answer, isn't it? So what is then? We have done something, but that is not making any sense. But what is that exactly? This is nothing but individual component wise differences. Year wise 13, month wise 156 months, day wise 4,763 days. But our requirement is something different. When we go and combine year, month, and days, it should give me the entire experience. Or the other way, if you discuss the month, when you talk about this, we know one thing. Whenever number of month reaches to 12, it becomes 1 year. Do you agree?
Yes.
Now, if I want to know in 156 months, how many complete years are there, if I want to find out what is the basic mathematics we apply, is equal to 156 divided by 12. Do you agree?
Yes.
The moment I go and hit enter, I am getting 13. So what does it mean? That 13 years are completely over here. So 13 years is already taken in the year component, right? So month should be balance, whatever it is, it should be displayed. And to make it happen, go to our Excel operator. Instead of M, go for YM. YM stands for year to month. The incomplete month in a complete year. And the moment you hit enter, see the result. So when 13 years are there, so it has taken to the year component, month should be 0. Similarly, go to your day, instead of D, go for MD, month to date, the incomplete days in a complete month. This is all predefined. Whatever we are discussing, this is predefined by Microsoft Excel. We are not doing anything of our own. And what is that predefined? Y stands for year, YM for year to month, MD for month to date. So now you can see, now the expression is proper. I can say that the first employee's experience is 13 years, 15 days.
Professor, can you just again explain this whole thing?
Right. See, earlier the moment I have gone for this over here, it was showing the month of 156. That is clear. Individual components year wise 13, month wise 156. So when I go for month alone to calculate, we know one thing, that whenever number of month reaches to 12, it becomes 1 year. Now, if I want you to find out in 156 months, how many years are there, I should be divided by 12, correct? This is the basic mathematics we do all the time. Do you agree with that? Yes.
Yes.
And when I go for this, what it is showing? It's showing 13. What is meaning by 13? 13 years. So 13 years is already there in my year component. Then I cannot go and express again month with something say 13, because already 13 years is taken in my year category. So what should be the month category over here? Answer should be 0. Correct? And when I go for ym, it becomes 0. So that is what we are doing. So when 13 years are already taken, then month will be nothing. So month is 0. And then similarly MD for month to date. So we have got whatever the complete years have been removed, complete month have been removed, and balance the incomplete days in a complete month alone will be displayed in the day category. That is what being displayed. Right?
Yeah.
Fine. Now we got the experience of the particular employee, and we know when the formula is ready for a particular case, the same we can apply for the rest also. Now the moment I go and apply for the rest, my problem starts. What happens? Except the first case, rest of the cases it is showing error, and we know the reason why there is an error. If you look at the first error case in the year column, my data from date of joining moving from C6 to C7, but D4 is also moving to D5. So my Excel operator placement is changing. Can you see that? I'm highlighting.
Yeah.
So this is the trouble. So wherever I go, though my start date is moving, but Excel operator always should refer to D4 cell only. And for that, what I need to do, opening the formula, D4 alone to be logged. That's what the concept we have already learned. Control enter. Similarly, going to month, what we need to do, E4 should not move down. I need to lock, control enter. Similarly, day also, F4, whatever is the cells, MD should be locked and control enter, right? So please do that. Yeah, that's there. Avinash, practice is required. Well then, so let us go for analyzing the situation, what we did. Now stay focused on my storyline, look at my screen and give me an opinion once I complete this. See, going to each and every column, editing the cell, rectifying the formula. Do you think that this is an idle process? Yes, Parag, where is the things, the challenge is? Could you please let me know? Shweta, some system problem would be there. You can just save the file and reopen again and start working. Let's check it out. So Parag, where is the trouble? Could you please share your screen? I can look at that and tell you. Okay. So first of all, you should start selecting from the first cell where the solution is there. You should not select from the second one. Escape. Escape. No. Escape. That's what I'm telling. Escape. Select from the first cell. Yeah. That is from 13, from 13. No. Select, you are not selecting the whole range. I'm telling starting from the first cell, like D6, 2, D6, 2, D13. Yes, now go for F2, F2, the function key F2. Yes, what you need to lock, D4 needs to be locked. So keep your mouse pointer on D4 cell in the formula. D4, yes. Then F4, press F4, control enter. Similarly, do the repetition for month and day as well. Go for month, select the entire thing, F2, C4, D4, E4, E4, lock it, F4, control enter. Coming to day, select the entire day formula, open it, select F4, yes, again lock it and control enter. Now over there, right, formula is ready. So now I'm taking the control back on the screen again. Now, as I was telling you, going to each and every cell and editing the formula, locking the column, rectifying the formula, do you think it's an idle process? Or are you comfortable doing the same? I'm taking your opinion. Give me your opinion. Feel free.
Well, it would be better if we do it in a single cell itself.
Right.
Then we'll copy paste.
Yes, that looks more real and ideal process. Since we are using a tool or application, it should give that much of helping hand at least. Else better to maintain the things in a piece of paper. Why we go for a Excel tool over here, correct? So this is what the solution, what we created, my friends. This is what our experts, they will suggest us, or we have been keep on doing since ages. But today we are going to stop that. Excel never recommends for that. Neither I do advise for this. And no, neither we do have that much of time to afford it over here. See, what is the better process? How to bring it on? So select your entire solution area and delete. So what we did, this is ruled out. So please delete. And as we have developed the practice from the first example itself, first select your entire solution area, the yellow colored solution area. First you select, then leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, start working in keyboard. Equal to date diff, bracket open. What is the first input? I told you start date. Start date. What is the start date over here? What is the cell we have taken for start date? C6. So let us first look at this. Hold on there. C6. In C6, what is the role of C? What is the role of C? Yes, people?
It's a start date.
No.
For that.
In C6, what is the role of C? C stands for column.
C stands for column.
Yes. Yeah. Now, what is the role of 6?
Row.
6 is the row. So C is the column, 6 is the row. Intersection point of your column and row is nothing but a cell. Hope the cell concept is clear.
Clear.
When I copy this formula towards down, C6 has to move to C7, C8, C9, C10, and so on. Do you agree with that movement?
Yes.
Now, when this data is moving, it's not stopping, it's moving, but it's moving. These C6, C7, C8, C9, C10. When I pronunciate, which one sounds common?
C.
What is C?
Column.
So we have understood my data is not stopping with one cell. The data is moving. but it is moving within a column. When data is moving in a column, instead of locking the cell, we should lock that column. And when we lock the column, then we have to bring the dollar symbol before column. And when you want to bring, or when you wish to bring the dollar symbol before column, then we hit F4 key 3 times. We need to hit F4 key thrice. Once, twice, thrice. Can you see the dollar symbol is coming in front of our column, or beginning of the column, or before column in the cell?
Yes.
So this is
Mr. Prabhat, one more time. How the dollar came?
F4 key 3 times. Same F4 key we used to hit only once, but now you have to hit 3 times. So can you see the setup of $C6? Is it appearing on the screen? $C6.
Yes.
Comma. Coming to the next input, end date. End date, as I told you, as on today, we need to compute. So go for today formula. This doesn't need any kind of locking, because today formula, whichever the cell we go towards down, towards right, the job is the same. It is going to generate today's date only. So it doesn't need locking, and we cannot do that even. So second input, hope this is clear.
Yes.
Coming to the third input, Excel operator. Hold on there. Defining D4. When I copy this formula towards down, D4 is not supposed to move down. That is what the problem we have seen already. Do you agree with me? I repeat, when I copy this formula, when I copy the formula towards down, D4 should not move down. Do you agree with that?
Correct. Yes.
That's why we are getting the hash num kind of error value, hash name, and all those things we used to get, right? Later, we have gone for rectifying, locking the cells one by one. So that is what we have experienced already. So D4 is not supposed to move down. But when I copy this formula towards right, D4 should move to E4 for month calculation. Do you agree? D4 should move to E4 for month calculation. E4 should move to F4 for our day calculation. So there should be a movement, correct?
Correct.
So what is the movement? D4, E4, F4, which is sounding common. D4, E4, F4.
Rows common.
So we have to lock only the row. And to lock only the row, we have to bring the dollar symbol before row number. And to bring the dollar symbol before row number, F4 twice, F4 2 times. And that's what the setup it was missing. And now we have provided. Bracket close, hold on. Hope the third input setup is also clear.
Yes.
Now formula is ready only for a cell, but we need to apply for the entire selected range. What is the shortcut we learned? Control Enter, go for it and see the beauty. The entire formula is ready, giving the answer. Though you move down or move right, no issues, no worries. My data is exactly taking or fetching the values. So this is what, friends, the moment you go for a formula to be defined in a table, you have to define the formula in this fashion so that you can save your time and you don't need to go for repeatedly to each and every column and edit the formula, changing the references, locking the cells. So that is what our date diff formula, the hidden formula, how to write it, we have understood. Uses of today formula in date diff formula to generate today's date. Usage of F4 keys once to lock the entire range, no movement, neither towards down nor towards right. F4 twice, only locking the row, column will be free. F4 thrice, column will be locked, row will be free. So this is it for our day one side, people. Any doubt, any queries from the day one, you can ask me.
think this one has gone over the top, honestly, the last one.
Fine, you just spend time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the fresh mind tomorrow morning, also you give a quick rush on that a little bit. If it is not clear still, I'm going to give you a helping hand. You can drop me a message in the group. I'll be logging into the system at 1:45 p.m. So dot 1:45 p.m. to 2 p.m. we'll be having our doubt clarifications, and dot 2 p.m. we'll start our day two topic. Don't worry, I'm there to support. But only thing is, make a point you are practicing, because in training it will be seeming like a fairy tale. Trust me. You believe you'll be getting a confidence, okay, it is clear, I know. But unless and until you try the same in your real-time data, you will not be clear with that. That's why I'm telling again and again, people always commit that mistake. So I request you, don't do that mistake. Though you get a confidence, but don't be overconfident. Don't mistake me. That is essential.
Right.
Well, so not clear how to bring dollar before column. Parag, please share your screen. Let me have a look. So please take a quick look on the examples, whatever we discuss, people. If you have any doubts or queries, you can ask me. I can spend 5 to 10 minutes, not an issue. Yes, Parag, first mistake, you have not selected. Come out of that. Come out of that. Escape, escape, escape. Select your entire yellow colored cells. Leave your mouse, leave your touchpad. Equal to dead diff. Bracket open. Use your left arrow key. Forget about mouse. Forget about your mouse. That's what I'm telling. Make a practice, develop a habit. Yes, go for F4 key 3 times. No, that is the problem. You're coming to closer of the formula again. Yeah, this cell should not move right. It should move always down only. That's why we need to make a column lock. F4 3 times. Yeah, comma. Type now, second input today. Today formula, bracket open, bracket close, comma. This doesn't need locking, we know the reason. Then coming to our Excel operator, D4. In the top, D4 is there, Y. Yeah, this cell should move only in right. It should not move down. So we have to make row lock, F4 twice. Bracket close, Control Enter. Got it? So these things you have to practice. Be ready. If you have any queries, I'm there to support. As I told you, don't worry about it. So today we have discussed a lot many formulas, functions. So this is needed to make our base strong. Though it is fundamental, basic time-saving techniques, tips and tricks we have discussed, but this is the base. And these are the things needed in our day 2, day 3, and day 4 as well. So please start doing the practice itself now itself on today itself, and be ready so that you will not be struggling in day 2, day 3, or day 4. And before coming to the closer of the session, I would like to take one interim feedback for the betterment of our training program. So anything is missing, you can definitely let me know about it. So first thing, I'm going to ask the question. You can give me your opinion. You can write in the chat box. Otherwise, if your mic is not working. So I would like to take everyone's consent, that matters. So first thing, can we maintain the same speed? Speed is okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So if you have your own opinion, you can share. It's not like you have to force yourself to say yes. Now, second thing, whether the content is relevant, you able to connect with your real-time work. These are the places where we are actually lacking and we are spending a lot of time. Are you getting enough confidence that you can make the things better?
Yes.
Okay, great. Next question, whether all queries are clarified. Anything is pending from my side or yet to be clarified, or I told that I'll be discussing at the end of the training, something like that.
No, nothing.
Okay, fine then. Well, friends, so we are good to go with this, and we'll be maintaining the same tempo for tomorrow also. So I request everyone again, please log into the meeting room before 5 minutes of the scheduled time and ensure your MS Teams window, mic, everything is functional. And dot 2 p.m. we'll be starting the session because we have got a lot of things to cover. So we have to stick to the window time for the effective utilization of our window timeline. All right, so yeah, so okay, something is coming up, Okay, no problem. You will be getting all the sessions recordings. You will be getting. Don't worry about it. That I'll be making a point.
Fine. Thank you.
Yes, you'll be getting that. All right, people. So with this, I'm signing off for the day. Okay. So thank you so much. See you tomorrow the same time. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prabhas.
Yeah.